Mic check, hallelujah. Hallelujah. All praises going on to the Most High. Honor, creator, and possessor of all things. Long live his anointed beloved Son in the hearts and minds of the faithful elect. Back at it with another history of Israelite strangers and heathens. Part 2. Take this one. We just bounce back and forth. Make sure we can be heard. Share it on social media real quick. And get it done. And no, this ain't the Sanford and Son. This ain't the remix of Sanford and Son. That's War. I know anything about the 1970s music group called War. It's called Fork in the Room. One of my meditation tracks. I bump it all the time, get my spirit flowing, you dig? Keep a Hebrew calm. Y'all can hear us. Go ahead and throw a 7 up in the chat. Let us know something. History of Israelite strangers and heathens. Shout out to my brother Ed from the Nap Time, man. He called me today. He gave us some powerful, edifying words. So he was very edified by part 1. Shout out to that brother. Very edified, bro. That was a powerful voice message out. All praises. And all the brothers and sisters. You know, all the brothers and sisters that's been supporting. And, you know, low-key's been getting edified, man. And y'all, it ain't because it's because we anything special. We serve the Creator. And we're not willing to compromise on his word. You know what I'm saying? So whoever don't like it, we can care less. We establishing order around here. Order's set. And again, whoever don't like order, those that's out of order. That's what it is. What you mean trying to come up here? Come on up here, push. Nagat. I'm trying to come up. Y'all the fit. Yasha Allah. Shalom. Shalom. What's that right there? Man, we can pour that too. That's the Ezra 9. I see. Wow. Can't get around. Shamakaya Maharakal. Shalom. The wife of my brother Maharakal. Your king is sitting right here in the crowd. He's right here. Solomon McFadden. Salute. The Varagite Boo Boo. Shalom. Team Petty. Joy Elizabeth Ann. Shalom. Pray y'all get some edification. May the Most High be glorified and may his flock be edified, man. Time to stand on the order. Whoever don't like it, you ain't got to come around us. That's what we about. Shalom. Marcus Yisrael. Shalom, fam. What's the word? Yeah, that's not Sanford and Son, y'all. That's the group War from the 1970s. They made songs like The World is a Ghetto. We having class right now, lit games. You know, we having class. What's going on? What is this? This is a class. I bump a lot of old school music, get my spirit, you know, calm me down a little bit. Sometimes the Hebrew be on war mode all day. We ready to blow. We go through the same thing all y'all go through. Salute to all my frontline brothers, man. Standing strong, holding their integrity. Going through it in the world, going through it from the heathen, going through it from the women, baby mamas, child support, whatever, man. Stand strong. All we have is our integrity in the end anyway. You can never leave that. You can never drop that. So it's all good, man. I salute any of the brothers that's going hard in this hour, man, despite what they're going through. Stand strong. Establish judgment. Yeah, this is Israel. Shalom, Kevin L. Green. Shalom, Mark. Did you say Benai from Steel City? Last lesson hurt some feelings of the naysayers. I know. Oh, yeah. I know. A lot of thumbs down. And our whole thing is, you know, debunk it. Pick it apart, scripture by scripture. Pick apart the definitions. Right? And we're going to slow roll this thing. We're going to slow roll it. Something like this, you got to take your time with. Yeah. People be all right. Mailman Malak Ban Yasha, I look good chopping it up with you doing the Passover. Right? We're still doing the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That's what it is. And people be all right, man. But we're here to get the truth and nothing but it, raw and uncut. All right. Whenever somebody try to be PC or politically correct, man. Whenever somebody try to be like that, you do a disservice with the scriptures and everybody's understanding. You dig? So we got a right to establish order. 12 tribes athlete, shalom. Diana, my sister, shalom. Christopher Michael, shalom. The Most High's lion. That's right. That's right. Y'all stay in the spirit during this feast, man. The feast of unleavened bread, of sincerity and truth. Genesis Mishpaka off the grid, shalom. Been receiving a lot of emails and messages like, man, that's what's up, man. There was a lot of understanding that came forth. And that's what's supposed to happen. We're supposed to bring understanding forth, man. Not trying to appease everybody and get along with everybody. That ain't what this is about. You understand? All the prophets shot straight. They weren't politically correct, trying to get everybody to see their point of view. Now, thus saith the Most High. That's what it is. You feel me? And in the end, you'll be respected more for it. You understand? From your women, from your brethren, from your comrades and all that, man. From the brothers that sit up under you and learn, right? They're never going to forget what's being taught. You feel me? In the end, you've been better off shooting straight and trying to like tap dance around topics and then because you can't answer, throw a joke out there so everybody start laughing. And then subconsciously they forget the question they asked you and they don't realize that after they leave the class that you never answered my question. Dang, he ain't answered my question. He left me hanging. So it is what it is. You dig? All right, y'all. If we can be heard, go ahead and throw a 7 up in the chat. Throw a 7 up in the chat. And we're going to jump right into this. We're going to jump right into this. Again, the history of Israelite foreigners or strangers and heathens. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You don't like the truth, raw and uncut. This ain't for you. It ain't for you. Caribbean islands will bless you, my brother. Kaf Kata Bayou Mansaya. All praises, glory and honor. All right, Nehemiah, you on the helm, bro. You want to put your phone up in there so you can do your thing?
Toda.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and you already sent out the link.
I didn't get it. I sent out the main honor and humility STL link.
Man, you going off. All right, let me make sure you all good. You just go to live right now. Let me go ahead and share this across social media real quick. Bang. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm glad everybody can hear what it is. And again, if your feelings get hurt, we give less than it don't matter to us. We're here for the truth and nothing but it.
And the truth ain't welcomed by everybody.
The show ain't, boy. What Paul saying Galatians 4. Matter of fact, we need to get that first. Galatians 4. Right. Am I your enemy? Because I tell you the truth. Galatians 4, and I believe it's 16. Let's get that first. Let me go ahead and share this on social media real quick. Again, y'all want to, donate. Not through Super Chat. I just put the P.O. box up in the description box. It's all good. Let me see. Thank y'all for all y'all prayers and y'all support. It keep us going. It keep us running. You know what I'm saying? Keep us doing what we've been called to do. All right, bing. Poppy Show. Jeremiah Ben Israel. Shalom, cuz. What's the word? All right, let me see. Share this right here in WhatsApp real quick. We're live. Bang. Bang. Just 1 second, y'all. We're going to get her done. A lot of people going to be offended, but the Bible offends. The Bible offends, man. I don't know who got everybody in the spirit of thinking this whole thing is PC, politically correct. Prophesying to us smooth things. You dig? That's in that Jeremiah 30 or Isaiah 30, should I say, 8 through 11. Right? That's not the message of the scriptures. Message of the scriptures is not something that you're supposed to be looking at to try to appease everybody's feelings. All right. And if you would naysay on the comment board, just go back. Just go back. You understand? And try to pick apart the first video. Pick apart the definitions. Pick apart all the scriptures we pulled out and everything. If you can't do it, just stand down. Right? Don't bring feelings to a war because you'll lose. All right. It is what it is, man. All right, bang, bang, bang. I'm on Facebook right now. We're live. I just shared it up in the WhatsApp need, so you know if you need to send it on out, send it on out real quick. And let's do what we do, man. We're live and tag my peoples up in there. It's all about understanding. It's all about you being accountable and being in order. You don't like it, don't come around us. How about that?
That's right. Bring it out.
You don't like it, don't come around us. We establishing order. And for y'all that came and feasted with us during the Feast of Unleavened Bread, if y'all saw some things that we ain't down with, you understand, I truly like to apologize. A few people hollered, they said, no, everything was all good. But man, look, we was serious when we was telling folks about the order that we establishing. You understand? Whether it be heathens around us, whether it be smoking damn weed or whatever. We serious about order. You understand? Smoking weed, smoking cigarettes or whatever. So if you saw anything that rubs you the wrong way, that ain't what we condone down here, period. You feel me? If people don't like it, they ain't got to come around. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High, the Messiah told us in Revelation, the 2nd chapter and the 3rd chapter, I have not found your works perfect with the Most High. Repent or else. Our job is to establish the order. It's what it is. So if you saw a few things, you know what I'm saying, that may have offended, that was, you know what I'm saying, that may be against scriptures or whatever, we truly apologize. You dig? We here to establish extreme order, period, in the story. That's what we about. Whoever don't like it, don't even come around us. How about that? All right. So all praise, glory, and honor. Other than that, it was a beautiful feast. The brothers, the sisters, everybody was hugging on each other. You know what I'm saying? We did some immersions, baptisms on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Early in the morning. That was a beautiful, powerful experience. I finally was able to get some rest on Sunday, a little taste. We jumped right back up Monday and right back at it. We laid down. Yesterday, we took off. You feel me? Brothers was tired and stretched out, a little taste. But today, we right back at it. Going and gonna keep going. You understand? Till the Most High calls us out of this deal. All right. So it's all good. It's all good. All right, bro. Let's go ahead and get this started real quick. All right. First, we're gonna go into, because look, one thing we gotta understand too about this whole topic, man. The difference between Israelite strangers and heathens. What we must understand is that what you read in the New Testament does not contradict what's in the Old Testament. So if you're reading something through a Christianity lens, you'll lose it, because you'll start thinking that heathens are equal with us. Heathens aren't equal or above, they're beneath, according to the scripture. You see what I'm saying? That's why in the law, there was a difference between your slave or your manservant and the stranger that sojourned among you. There's a difference. All right. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna get into the prophecy on the heathens that have violated and have enslaved us. All right, we're gonna get into that, then we're gonna hit on the difference between, you know what I'm saying, manservants, maid servants, just like we did in the first video, and strangers. And we're gonna go into it. There's a lot of scriptures, man, that we overlook and we read through because we perceive in our minds that this is what it means, and that's not the case, man. The kingdom of the Most High is about order. There's 12 names on the gates of the New Jerusalem for a reason, and those names aren't Greeks. Those names aren't Chinese, the Japanese, the Koreans, the Philippines, the Nigerians. Those names aren't on the gates. This is the names of the 12 tribes of Israel for a reason. For a reason. All right. And that's what we're here to bring out, man. You dig? And look, it's just the Bible. Now that the Israelites can find out who they are and their rightful inheritance, everybody is offended now. Everybody's offended. That's the problem, you dig? And our job is not to water it down just because you're offended. All right, so we're going to go into some of these scriptures real quick. I'm going to start this off in Psalm, the 149th chapter. Give me some. What you want? Yeah, Galatians 4. Yeah, Galatians 4, my bad. Galatians 4 is what we're going to first. Galatians 4 and 16. And it's a simple question Paul was asking, or Shaul was asking. Am I your enemy? Right? Come on, Knock, let's get it.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 16.
Yeah.
Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Because I tell you the truth, am I your enemy? You see? And that's what happens, man. When brothers come out raw, hard, and uncut, they become everybody's enemy. Everybody's against the Hebrew man. That's the frontliner. The brothers that's out here really banging, the first responders to the nation. And you got a lot of people out here boo-booing on their soldiers.
Right.
Like every nation has soldiers, first responders. Right? It's only when it comes to this Israelite thing that you got a problem with it. And really it's because your woman has a problem with it. Just to be real, you understand? It's time for this man to stand up and proclaim his spot as authority and royalty in this earth, man. And you're not going to do it playing footsies with your woman 24/7. You brothers need to stand up and establish order around her, man. Period. End of story. So he asked, am I your enemy because I tell you the truth? All right, now we're going to go into the truth of what's going to happen to heathens if they make it. You understand? If they just so happen to be around for the kingdom to come. That's what we're going to go into. All right, first scripture you want to go to is Isaiah 14. No, Psalm 149. Give me Psalm 149 first. All right, Psalm 149. And it's just the truth. Am I your enemy because I tell you the truth? Right? I know certain men that get offended when these scriptures come out. And yeah, you know how they're offended? Because they always say, well, it ain't gonna be like, it ain't gonna be like the Black Klan. It ain't gonna be like how. They try to water the whole thing down. You understand? Of course it's gonna be according to the law, man, but the law is harsh. The law is strict. Right? Certain men gonna have more levels of discretion than others. It's what it is. Right? Let's go to Psalm 149. Start at verse 1 for me. Psalm 149, we're going to start at verse 1. We're going to deal with this thing. Right? The truth concerning heathens, Gentile heathens, and the kingdom. You understand? Are we all going to be equal, sitting on thrones with crowns on our heads? Right? Right? Are we going to be voting for what's going on? Or is it going to be a dictatorship, a righteous dictatorship? And righteous just simply mean according to the law. Whose law? The law of Yahweh. All right. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Psalm 149.
Psalm 149, verse 1. Mm-hmm. Praise ye Yahweh. Mm-hmm. Sing it to the Most High a new song. Mm-hmm. And his praise in the congregation of saints.
In the congregation of saints. Y'all see that? And the Most High bless you, O.M. Dub, out the mud watchman. Right? Saints, the saints according to the scriptures, Psalm 50 and 5 and Psalm 148 and 14, are the children of Israel, those who have made a covenant with him by sacrifice. All right, those are the Israelites. All right, come on, now let's get it.
So it wasn't no European?
No.
Mount Sinai?
No, it was not.
Horeb?
No, it was not.
Oh.
No, it was none of that.
No.
None of that. People don't want to deal with what it is, man. This thing is about Israel. The rise, fall, and soon coming redemption of the children of Israel. It always has been about that. You feel me? So you ain't read nothing in the New Testament that's contrary. That's contrary to what we read in the Old Testament. It can't contradict. All right, may the Most High bless you, my sister Krishna Irby. I believe it's my sister Nikki. May the Most High bless you.
Shalom, Shibru.
I'm on, let's get it.
Verse 2. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him.
Let all people rejoice.
Let Israel rejoice in him that made him.
Come on.
Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king.
You notice how it's specific. You know what I'm saying? The children of Zion rejoice in their king. Right? This thing is specific.
Possessive.
Yeah. Come on, Doc.
Verse 3.
Big truck in the house. Shalom.
Shalom, big bro. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp.
With the timbrel and harp. You notice that we are a rhythmic people. You understand? We are people that's always dealt with music. And you can tell to this very day how we dance and the music that we make. You understand? That's one of the main ways to praise the Most High. That's why you see all this set apart music out in this hour. A lot of it. All right. You want to read what you got?
This is what's coming up.
Come on out.
For the Lord taketh pleasure.
Yahweh taketh pleasure. Come on.
In his people.
In his people. Again, specific. Pronoun that implies possession. His, my, our. You see, you start seeing all this stuff even when you read in Galatians, even when you read in Ephesians and Corinthians. You're going to start reading stuff like all our fathers. There wasn't no Corinthians leaving Egypt. What are we talking about? What Corinthians left Egypt with the children of Israel? Stop it, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like as soon as we get to talking about uniting with our people and all that, everybody gets nervous. Whether it's the opposition, it's these bootlicking Negroes or these heathens that sent them. You know what I'm saying? And again, we can never stop anybody from serving the Most High. You dig? But we got every right to establish order amongst ourselves. You understand? You like what you heard, cut the check. That's all I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to establish order amongst ourselves, and we got every right to do so. It's too sloppy, man. It's too sloppy. All right, come on, now, let's get it.
Yeah, the definition for people, y'all. Right, somebody put this in the room. H5971. Like Matty say, we're going to slow walk this thing. In Hebrew means nation of people, right? Kinsmen, kindred. A people as congregated unit, as a congregated unit, especially a tribe, as those of Israel.
As those of who?
Israel.
Most High's people are the Israelites, always have been. The book of Amos, chapter 3. You only have I known, you children of Israel, out of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I'm going to punish you. You feel me? We got a major spot. We got a major responsibility on our shoulders. You understand? And we went through major judgments and still going through them. But, man, our reward going to be so beautiful. As long as we accept the Messiah, you understand? Walk in the spirit, the fruits of the spirit. We got a kingdom coming that will never end. And if you men are faithful, there will be crowns on your head, right? You'll be sitting on thrones. You'll be given authority over portions of the earth and all that, man. That's what's coming, all right? And that ain't for everybody. That ain't for everybody. These heathens are in their kingdoms right now, all right? Let's get it out.
Verse 4 again.
Yeah.
For the Most High taketh pleasure in his people.
Yeah.
He will beautify the meek with salvation.
He will beautify the meek with salvation. We supposed to be meek, meaning lowly, humble, not around here proud. Like, I just know the Most High going, you dig? But we should be proud in the sense of who we are. Not proud as if you can't nobody tell you nothing, like you high-minded, but proud like, hey, all praises, I'm an Israelite. All praises, the mysteries are being revealed in this hour, dealing with this Bible. You see? And that's why the naysayers are scared. The bootlickers and the heathens that don't understand that judgment is coming to their people. Yeah, they understand, you know, they mad. Very mad. Because we done found out. You understand? The jig is up. All right, go ahead. All right.
Let the saints be joyful in glory.
Let the saints are the Israelites. Psalms 148 and 14. Right? Matter of fact, you pull that just real quick and then, you know, it's it's just one chapter back.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, it's just one chapter back. Let's read that real quick. Psalm 148 and 14. Who are the saints?
Psalms 148 and 14.
Yeah.
He also exalted the horn of his people.
We looked up the people. It means the Israelites, right? His people. The pronoun his is in front of that. It's a pronoun that implies possession. His people. Come on out.
The praise of all the saints, even the children of Israel.
There you go. The saints are the children of Israel. And if you precept that with Psalms 50, 1 through 5, you see the saints of those that made a covenant with him by sacrifice. Who is that? Go back to Exodus, the 24th chapter. You'll see. That's when the sacrifice went down, right? And we were sealed under the blood of the covenant. This whole Bible is talking about our rise, fall, and soon coming redemption. And the fact that we went off from the Most High and he called us not a people or not his people makes us what? Makes us heathens, Gentiles. You understand? Until we come back into our fullness and receive the Messiah, man. So I would call those my people who are not my people. You see, because we went off and started acting like heathens. If you speaking like a heathen, dressing like a heathen, worshiping like a heathen, walking like a heathen, what are you?
You was an Israelite heathen.
You was an Israelite heathen, even though by blood you're supposed to be the chosen.
But you was a heathen.
Yeah, yeah. We can't act like that ain't happened in our history or in prophecy. It's the truth. It's on record thoroughly.
Thoroughly on record.
And these them scriptures that men duck. This is how you try the spirit of a bootlicker. When you go into these hard scriptures about the slavery that's coming to the other nations, they'll get the tap dancing and trying to make up so many reasons why it won't be what it is. And no, it can't be like that. And just think about it, the Jew and the Gentile. There's no difference between you and the Jew and the Greek. And the whole time he talking to Israelites, Judeans that stayed up under the covenant, and Israelites that start acting Greek. Yahweh died for both of y'all, man. So there's no reason for you to hate him or have jealousy between either one of y'all, man. You feel me? That's just what it is, right? They got you thinking. That's why Christianity is a hell of a drug, man.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because it got you thinking that because they believe in Yahweh supposedly, you dig, that there are no national boundaries anymore. But if that's the case, why the Klan was hanging you and clipping your nuts? Stop it, man. That's what I'm saying. You know it's a difference. Tell me it ain't a difference when them police jump behind you and throw them cherries on. You know it's a difference. Tell me it ain't a difference when you walk up into a store and it's all heathens up in there. You know it's a difference. You feel it in your spirit. So stop all this mystic, like all the identities and vanished because you believe in Messiah. That ain't what Paul was saying. Y'all acting like Greeks. Y'all Judeans up under the covenant. Yahweh died for both of y'all. You dig? He tore down that middle wall of petition to make us one stick in his hand again, man. So we can be all 12 tribes united. That's what this whole thing is about, man. And that's what scared the heathens. And that's what scared these bootlickers. You got something to say?
No, I was just saying, you know, the whole thing, listen, the scriptures is very, mark those who cause division, man. If Messiah tore down the wall of petition, how are you under the kneecaps of a man who's keeping that wall built or trying to build it back up? You don't believe like me, yeah, you're going off.
I mean, because they don't believe.
You see what I'm saying?
You don't believe. You believe portions of the scripture. You in love with yourself. You believe portions of the scriptures. You don't believe for real, man. Because if you really believed, you would not be compromising in this hour.
Exactly.
There would be no compromising. Exactly. Whoever don't like it can get the hell up out of here. How about that? I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. Go ahead.
No. Listen. The challenge of love is this. Love your brother as yourself. Mm-hmm. Even if he ain't on what you want, because your job is to go to the lost sheep, the Grecians, those ones over in Mesopotamia, the ones over in Libya, the ones that, how Acts 2 put it, all those that was under the heavens, right? Your job is to go to those brothers who don't believe like you and to get them on the belief they should be on. That's the challenge of real love. When you go through the adversity and the hardships and tarry for your brother. Not going to, hey, you believe like me? Come on, buddy, we're good. Mm-hmm. That ain't love. Huh? Love is going to get those that are lost, to get them back to where they can be found. So you can have a prodigal son moment. So you can sit there and kill a fatted calf and eat and fast and claim that I was lost, but now I'm fine, I'm blind. I was blind, now I see. Mm. That's love. Mm-hmm. And you see how that father greeted his son back?
Yeah, look, boy.
Greeted him back real hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's a joyous thing when you gain a soul back. And guess what you do? You cover a multitude of sins who don't need that. Especially going before the throne of mercy and judgment at the same time.
That's right. Let's get it, Doc. For sure. Excellent words, bro. Deep words. Let's get her done.
Psalms 149, verse 5.
Yes, there are black heathens. We talking about a lot of them now, brother.
It's exactly what we talking about.
Yeah, bootlickers. All right, come on.
Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud.
You know the saints or the Israelites now, don't we? Psalm 148 and 14, the saints or the Israelites. So let the saints be joyful in glory. Come on, out.
Upon their beds.
Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Come on.
Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth.
Yeah.
And a two-edged sword in their hands.
You see that? The high praise of the Most High in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hands. Come on, out.
Verse 7. to execute,
Come on.
vengeance upon the heathen.
To execute vengeance upon who?
The heathen.
That's what I'm saying. This is not the stranger that dwelleth with you. These are heathens, right? Those that are slaves. These are not strangers. These are not a guest or a temporary resident. These are heathens to execute judgment upon the heathens. Go ahead.
Hey, look, let's bring that out. Somebody type this in the room. H1471. Goy or goy. H1471. I'm just going to skip to the main. The whole definition brings it out. It says usually of non-Hebrew people.
Yeah.
Just that simple.
Yeah. Goyim. Right? Another word means cattle. It's just what it is, man. To execute vengeance upon the heathen. We're going to go into the truth concerning the destiny of the heathens, right? Then we're going to go into, the Israelite strangers that sojourn among you and why they amongst you. Then we can read Paul's letters and get an understanding. Okay, that's what he was talking about in Corinthians. That's what he was talking about in Galatians. That's what he was talking about in Romans. You understand? But you got to slowly pick this thing apart because there's a lot of tap dancing when it comes to this topic. It's a lot of it, man. You dig? And you look up and you got all type of heathens rubbing shoulders with you, sitting next to your women, picking their boogers and scratching their rear end. You dig? And getting mad. We like they can't come around us. You getting mad. You feel me? Because order is being established. All right, go ahead. Let's get it.
Verse 7 again.
Yeah.
To execute vengeance upon the heathen.
Right.
And punishments upon the people.
That means, so this is end game. This is talking about us and our kingdom given authority, and we're gonna be executing judgment, man, and punishments. You see, that's am I your enemy because I tell you the truth? That's what we read in Galatians 4:16. This is the truth concerning Gentile heathens, whether they are Japanese, Chinese, Koreans, Philippians, Nigerians, Eritreans, Frenchmen, Irishmen, whoever you want to talk about. If they are remnants of heathens that are around, these are the judgments that are coming to them as a nation. It's happening. You better believe it. And look, we didn't make this up. There's no reason to be mad at us behind this. This is the truth. All right, punishments. Yeah. Look, it tells you in the book of Corinthians, know ye not that the saints, the Israelites, are going to judge the world.
Not heathens, huh?
And then it also say, we gonna judge angels. Judgment gonna be given into the hand. Judgment of the Father been given to his son, and his son gonna be giving it out to his faithful elect. You feel me? And there will be a kingdom. Administration will be ruling this earth, man. Right? I don't know what the hell just happened to that comment, boy. Look at all them Chinese letters. What is that? All right, come on,
sometimes
Hebrew.
they do get hyped like that.
All right, come on, let's get it. There you go. Come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people.
And punishments upon the people. Come on.
Y'all write this down. I ain't gonna look it up because you see it, but H3816. H3816. That's a totally different people that we read earlier, which is H5971. These people are not Israelites. They don't have Israel in there at all.
Of course not. Of course not. Context will tell you that. Context will tell you that. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 8. To bind their king.
Come on.
With chains and their nobles.
Yeah.
With feathers of iron.
With fetters of iron. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles. You talking about the ruling class of these Gentile heathens, man. With fetters of iron. Right? Heathens are going in chains. That's what that's saying right there. And the judgment is going to be given to the saints of the Most High. That's the remnant and the elect of the children of Israel. They're going to be given authority in this earth to rule this earth with a rod of iron. You heathens get out of line, you're going down. That's the hardcore, straight shot truth. And how you know a Negro is compromised when we bring this out? Oh, it don't really, mean that. Like it kind of mean we gonna, like nah. Stop it, stop it. When you shoot straight, everybody understand from that point whether you us or them how they need to move, how you need to move. Because if you're acting lawful, you ain't got no problem coming. You get out of line, you're gonna be getting handled. right? And that's talking about the ruling class of these heathens, these kings. You understand? They're nobles. I don't care. You're talking about these senators. You understand? They're prime ministers, Benjamin Netanyahu and them. Everybody going down. Vladimir Putin. You understand? Donald Trump. I see you in chains. Y'all going down for what didn't happen here. That's the truth. That's the truth. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 8 on that one, right? To bind, right? Yoke. You know what I'm saying? Listen, there's no easy way to put nobody in chains, Doc. There's just no easy way to do that. There's no easy way to put somebody in chains. So don't take it lightly. It ain't easy.
You ever got locked up in cuffs going?
Two, boy, pinch the skin off you, boy.
I'm kind of big, but I have to use 2 sets.
Come on, let's get it.
Verse 9, to execute upon them the judgment written.
To execute upon them the judgment written. What judgment is written? You got to go back into the law. Feel me? So you mean to tell me that based off what we're reading, you mean to tell me that by the time we get to Galatians, that these people are the people that's grafted in?
And they judgment gone.
These are the people that's equal with us? And the Commonwealth of Israel, they got citizenship. These people right here. This is what you're saying. Come on, man. Somebody is lying.
Right.
Because they don't want to put this thing and look at it through a proper Hebrew perspective. For what it is, man. You see? Stop it. This thing is not, this is not Christianity. This deal is not about to play out like we are about to be joining elbows and high kneeing through the streets. To execute upon them the judgment written. Come on, Doc.
This honor have all the saints.
All who?
All his saints.
His saints.
Ooh.
Come on.
Praise ye Yahweh.
That means hallelujah. Praise ye Yahweh. Now look the word honor up. Right? We just went over who the saints are. Psalm 148 and 14. The Israelites. Psalm 50 and 5. Those that made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Right? This honor have all his saints. What does honor mean?
It means ornament, splendor.
Now, hold on. Splendor.
Splendor.
Wow.
Not the sugar. Honor, ornament, splendor, majesty. Strong's definition. Magnificence.
Wow.
That is ornament or splendor, beauty.
So that it's gonna be a beautiful day for his saints.
Comeliness.
Right? Basically to put the entire earth in order, man. Under the law of the Most High. That's our job. In other words, we got to civilize you heathens.
Right.
That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Glory. Glorious. What you done with that?
Excellency.
Oh, oh man. Come on.
Glorious, glory, goodly, honor, majesty.
Yeah, so I know some of y'all saying, well, you know, that's the Old Testament, even though the New Testament is a second witness to what's called the Old Testament. The New Testament is not saying nothing different off what we just read. And here's the proof. Go to Revelations, the 2nd chapter. Revelation 2. Now, this is red letter. This is out the Messiah's mouth himself. Right? So for any of you heathens that claim y'all follow the Messiah, and what you brothers teaching is hate. What we teaching is truth.
Right.
Truth.
You just hate the truth.
Right. Truth is the new hate speech.
Right, 25 through 29. Revelation 2, 25 through 29. We just read that the saints are going to execute judgment in this earth. You understand? This is told that, look, again, y'all, this is not the stranger that dwelleth among you. These are your men servants and your maid servants.
Right.
These are your slaves. That's what it is. People, that's that hard speech people don't want to deal with, man. But you didn't have a problem with it as long as you was Emmett Till, as long as you was Mike Brown, as long as you was Sandra Bland, as long as you was Martin Luther King, as long as your back was even with the ground, nobody had a problem. Right. Now that we talking about Israel and we waking back up and the dry bones that came together and brothers that received back the knowledge that this Bible is really saying. Right. Now everybody's nervous. Now brothers is on the Southern Poverty Law Centers, hate groups, and all type of stuff, man. Well, it's just the Bible. We're reading the Bible. Words that were around way before we even got here. You see? Let's do the Revelations 2. We gonna slow roll this thing just like we did the first part. So you can understand. So once we understand the heathens, the other nations, yes, the white man included,
Right.
along with the Arabs and the Asians and Africans and European, everybody outside of the 12 tribes are going to be in servitude to us. You dig? Now, okay, once we read all that, then how is Paul mysteriously in the New Testament saying something different? Either it's a big contradiction or you just don't understand what's being said. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so look, let's get this right here. Revelations 2. This is out the Messiah's mouth himself about the judgment that's coming. All right. And a lot of people get mad. We don't care. It ain't about all that. We gonna shoot straight so you can understand. Right? The truth about the heathens and what's coming when we take over the kingdom. When we take the kingdom here on this earth. You understand? When it's established on this earth, we are going to be above all nations. He already told you that in Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter. We are above all nations, man.
So you feel trying to even it out?
Yeah, you want to even the playing field. But it's not even now in their kingdom.
In their kingdom.
You can't go get a bank loan like him.
Right.
You can't go get employment like him.
Right.
You understand? You can't. Every advantage that he has, you don't. Look, you complain about it, but when we talk about in the kingdom to come, now you ask about him. Well, what about him? Why? But he's not asking about you.
Right.
He's taking advantage of his.
Yeah. He's taking advantage of his. And look, he's unapologetic about it. So what's the problem?
They embezzle or steal millions of dollars a month in corporate America is a white collar crime. You take a pizza, you'll have it 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
Y'all see that young brother, Israelite, got 12 years for kissing the heathen girl, kissing a white girl?
Yeah, like, hey,
That's good.
Y'all keep saying there's a young brother Israelite just got how many years?
12 years.
He's got 12 years for kissing the heathen. Let that be a warning.
Right.
You feel me? Let that be a warning. Emmett Till was whistling at a heathen. You see what happened to him?
Killed.
You understand? Face removed, tied to a cotton gin.
Dropped in the little river.
Yeah. Wow. Right? The Most High been tells you, stick with your own, man. Stick with your own. There's nothing wrong with that.
I wouldn't look good.
Look,
All right.
college student sentenced to 12 years in prison for kissing a white girl.
Yeah, put that on up in the chat, brother.
Boy, I know he feel like a piece of trash cans.
All right, come on, let's get it. Revelation 2. Let's keep it moving.
Revelations 2:25.
And y'all, again, this is the truth. You dig? You just hate it. That's why you call it hate speech, but it's the truth. All right, come on, let's get it.
But that which ye have already hold fast till I come.
Come on.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end,
Mm-hmm.
for he will I give power.
No, read it right. Read it right.
To him
Mm-hmm.
will I give power over the nation.
To him will I give power over who?
The nation.
To him will I give power over the nations. Do y'all see that? If we overcome and keep his works until the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Do y'all hear that? This is the Messiah himself saying that if we as Israelites overcome and accept him and keep his works to the end, we get power over the nations. Power, authority, rulership. We just read the same thing in Psalm 149.
Man, what is definition called?
I already know you're going to pull the definition. You dig? But notice, we're not saying nothing that, see, what we're showing y'all is the New Testament has to line up with the Old Testament. Right? If we overcome and keep his works to the end, we get power over the nations. So that don't show equality. It's not equality. We're not equal. All right? To him will I give power over the nations. That right there scare a lot of brothers that are PC Israelites, politically correct, because you don't want to take the hard line stance on what it is, man. Right? That's why it's important to accept Yahweh Shah for you non-believers, man. You non-believing Israelites, y'all better hurry up and accept the Messiah. You're going to lose out over your authority and your rulership that is to come. All right? What definition you got?
So we got G 1484. Strong's definition: a race as of the same habit, that is, a tribe, especially a foreign, non-Jewish one, usually by implication Gentile, heathen,
Woof.
nation, people.
What does power mean?
That means like government authority.
Yeah. So to him will I get power, authority over the Gentile heathens if we accept Messiah and overcome and keep his works to the end. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's what you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
That means we're gonna run a tight ship. You feel me? It's not gonna be a democracy. It ain't like you heathens gonna be voting on who your masters are gonna be. You understand? We're gonna rule this earth with a rod of iron. We're gonna rule the nations with a rod of iron.
A rod of feathers?
No, not a rod of feathers, none of that. A rod of iron. That means it's gonna be strict. It's gonna be a tight ship. You see that? Right? It's not about to be like you're gonna be able to do what you want to do. And look, whenever power is taken, you dig, order has to be established.
Yeah.
And whoever ain't down with it gotta go. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. All right. So we see, just based off the two scriptures we done went to so far, judgment is coming to these heathens, and we're gonna have authority to rule over them, to execute the judgment written. And this honor, glory, or splendor have all his saints. All his saints. All right, go ahead, Doc. Let's get it.
As the vessel of a potter, shall they be broken to shivers.
As a vessels of a potter, shall they be broken to shivers? That means all your power, your infrastructure, everything you think you got as these other nations, we're going to break the back of y'all. You understand? Everything has come up under the subjection and authority of the Israelites and the kingdom of Hamashiach, the Messiah. Everything. Everything. Shall they be broken to shivers? Come on.
As I receive even as I received of my father.
Even as I received of my father. So the authority and power that the Messiah give from his father, he gonna give to his faithful elect. If everybody understand that so far, throw a 7 up in the chat. That's not hard, man. It's not hard to understand. If you can't understand it, it's because you're blinded by Christianity. Christianity is a hell of a drug. A lot of brothers that claim they're Hebrews are actually still into Christianity.
Yeah.
And the Negro want to he called it all the time Hebrew Christianity, and all the while he's involved in it. All the while he's involved in it. All right, yeah, y'all hit the like button, man. It's over 115 people up in this live chat. Y'all hit the like button, thumbs up. Shouldn't be only 29 thumbs up, and there's 114 people up in there. Like, share, subscribe. You dig?
All that.
All of the above. Most I put on your spirit, donate too. All right, you done with that? Just jump over here to Isaiah 14. We're going to hit a few of these, and then once we show this, then have in your mind where the Bible can't contradict itself. Then we're going to go into the stranger that dwell among you, and then we're going to start addressing some of these scriptures like Corinthians and 1 Peter, and you feel me? That way it's not hard for you to understand. You can read this Bible and understand what's really being said, man. When Israel go off and start acting like heathens, the Most High call us heathens, Gentiles. You understand? And it didn't happen so many times in our history. So many times, as witnessed even by Pontius Pilate. He even was talking about the foreign Jews. We're going to read that again too. Some of the scriptures that we go over, we're going to go over every part of this. You know, we're going to bring out new ones too, but we got to constantly drill in your head what this thing is really about. All right, we got to constantly drill in your head what this thing really about. Next scripture we're going to is Isaiah the 14th chapter. We're going to read 1 through 6, and then we're going to jump down to 21 through 24. All right, let's get it, Nate.
Isaiah 14, verse 1.
Yeah.
The Most High will have mercy on Jacob.
Jacob is the progenitor of the nation of Israel. His name was changed to Israel in Genesis the 32nd chapter and also Genesis the 35th chapter. His name was changed to Israel. He is a prince of the power, right? You have power with the heavens and with the earth, or with God and man, and has what? Prevailed. We got authority, man. You dig? We come from a long line of them guys. You dig? Special bloodline and everything, man. Bloodline out of this world. We talking to a sister earlier on the phone. She was talking about our galactic brethren that watch over us. You dig? Like for real, man. Once we really understand who we are and our special role with the Most High, you feel me? And how we got brethren. Like we got a higher, we got galactic brethren. You feel me? We'll start vibrating and operating, man. We actually start loving one another. Right? But you can't receive this type of power divided. You don't even love your people. How you gonna receive this type of power that we reading about to execute the judgment written, to have authority in this earth, to really rule up under the order of MELCHIZEDEK, the MELCHIZEDEK priests and the kings and the, you know how many men like walk this earth that really would execute in spiritual power, man? And you gonna miss out on it because you don't love your people? Stop it, man. Stop it. You gonna miss all this. You're not about to get this hating your brethren. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. All right? Let's get it. Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14.
Isaiah 14 and 1.
Yeah.
Read that again. We just started. For Yahweh will have mercy upon Yaakov, and yet choose Yasharal, Israel, and set them in their own land.
So that means we must be outside of our land as a nation, all 12 tribes. If he will set us in our own land, that means we're outside of our land. All right, go ahead, Doc.
Makes sense to the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
That's right. Come on, Doc.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Do y'all see that right there? Now, these are heathens. It's going to cleave. You see?
Jacob is inclusive of all 12 tribes, right?
Yeah, exactly. You seeing strangers, right? These are not Israelite strangers. You seeing strangers cleaving to the house of Jacob, right? Cleaving. Why is that? Why is that? Why are they cleaving? You feel me? Because they see the power and authority in you, man. All right, come on out.
Right. So verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids.
You see that? For servants and what? Handmaids. For servants and handmaids. That means slaves. You see? And shall possess them. Possess mean ownership, possession. Right? This is the end game of what's coming. Right? These are the scriptures that must be brought out before you can even attempt to understand what's being said in Galatians, Ephesians, Romans, or any of it, man. Before you can even attempt to understand what's being said, you must understand the role and prophecy that's coming to the other nations that are still left around. They're going to have to be slaves, man. Right? And you're going to have the authority to execute upon them the judgment written. All right, come on, Knock, let's get it.
And they shall take them captives, key point, whose captives, key point, they were.
And we shall take them captives, whose captives we were.
Right.
Come on.
And they shall rule.
And they shall what?
Rule.
That mean, come on.
Over their oppressors.
Wow, that's not even hard to understand right there. We're going to rule over our oppressors. You see? If you so blessed to make it, that's just what it is, man. Right? And that scares a lot of people. You always want to ask, so as soon as we get to talk about this, what about everybody else? What about the white man? And the only reason you ask about the white man is because he's our current enemy here in the West. You know of all the atrocities that he has done with us. You never ask, these same Negroes never ask about the Chinese. They never ask about the Koreans. They never ask about the Polynesians. They never ask about the Australians. They don't ask about nobody else but the white man.
Steady and savior mode.
That's all you ask. That's all you ask about. You don't ask about nobody else. That's how we know it is a psychological mind jam that's going on with us, man.
Stockholm syndrome is
right. Stockholm syndrome, you know, cognitive dissonance. There's all type of different psychological terms that we suffer from because you don't ask about nobody else. You ask about him. All right, come on, Doc, let's get it.
Verse 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage which thou wast made to serve.
The hard bondage in which you was made to serve. We talking about hard bondage. You see? Hard bondage, man. That's slavery. That's degradation. You understand? That's little Alfred being stole out of his home and used to catch alligators. Huh? That's breaking the buck. He even beat you down to a bloody pulp, boy. You dig? Tie all your limbs to several trees. He even come and take your manhood in front of your pregnant wife. Huh? You dig? Then whip the horses till you pulled apart.
Man.
And you mean to tell me that judgment ain't coming to these devils for that? What are you saying? He talking about hard bondage, man. That should not be hard to understand. All right? That the rest from the hard bondage is coming. Right? And Israel, you should be looking forward to that, man. Only somebody that love Massa would be trying to delay that. Right. Why are you trying to delay that? Why are we trying to delay this right here? Right. We should be praying for this day to come. Right. All right, come on, Ak, let's get it.
Check this out, Ak. So, you know, some people try to run and say, well, you know, those strangers or just probably other Israelites that, you know, served to pay off a debt. But you can't use it because whenever you use the word Jacob or Israel, and you're talking about the collective whole, then there's nobody left out. You see what I'm saying? Then also, even though we learned the other day when we did this lesson, that you cannot put your brother under hard bondage.
That's right.
That's according to Torah. You can't do that. You don't treat him like you do your man servant, maid servant. And back then, that was called slavery, right? The key word here is hard bondage.
Man, look.
So there's no way around it.
It really ain't hard once you just once you just read it in context, man. It ain't. Look, you just take yourself out of it and read it for what it is. Right? Who had to serve up under the hard bondage? Right? Who was captive?
According to the curses.
Like, come on, man. It's not even hard to understand. Come on, let's get it, Hebrew.
Verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord, or the Most High, has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
But a continual stroke, boy. And this heathen ain't lit up, specifically this white man. He run the earth when you done talking. Right? His money is the top international reserve currency in the earth. Right? This so-called white man, especially this heathen here in America, has over 1,000 military bases. It's only 7 continents and 191 countries. This heathen has over 1,000 military bases out here, man. You understand? We talking about that smoke the people with a continual stroke. Come on, Ak.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Yeah.
He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted.
Come on.
And none hindered.
And none hindered.
And nobody trying to stop that.
No, nobody's going to stop when this judgment come down on this so-called Babylon, bro. Nobody going to be trying to hold the Most High hand or stay his hand. Are we trying to pray that these hey, judgment is coming. Reward her double. All right? Double. Finish 6 and jump down to 21 for me.
There was 6.
Jump down to 21, yeah.
Verse 21.
Yeah.
Prepare slaughter.
Scriptures say prepare slaughter. For who though?
For his children.
For who children?
It
says his children, right? Now trip off that. Now there's a vibration out there where I wasn't there. I didn't do it. You understand? But what you got going on is, but you're reaping the benefits from the crimes of your incestuous, rapist, pompous forefathers. You're reaping the benefits of it. What do you think all the so-called football owners and basketball owners and all that? That's slave money. What do you think that is? That's still slave money. You dig? They still out there on the field. Right. You feel me? Picking balls. You dig? Or passing balls, however you want to play it. You dig? And there's an owner there. It's have a draft and all that. You dig? It's still the slave, the plantation. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and forget about it. Forget about the prison industrial complex. Forget about your prisoner bond that they underwrite twice and sell back as a mortgage-backed security. Forget that. Forget that. They make Boeing 747s in prison, huh? And you don't get paid nothing but a nickel.
You don't get that job when you get out.
In Missouri, for felons, they get $175 a day on your head. If it's a non-violent felon, it's just a violation. You get $100 a day. That's just for jail. But then they hang you in jail. They try to push it for 3 years and finally sentence you. You go do the same thing in prison.
Yeah. It's still modern day slavery when you're done talking, whether it's entertainment or whether it's you having your so-called you having your so-called DOC number, Department of Corrections.
You're a full-fledged slave when you go in prison.
Yeah, it's what it is.
No rights, you have no rights at all.
Yeah.
You're a slave.
So prepare slaughter for his children, right? Come on.
For the iniquity of their father.
For the sins of their fathers. You see? So we had to go through that, right? The leaders of our nation sold out the Messiah. We went through the worst slavery ever. I wasn't there 2,000 years ago when the Messiah was sold out. But guess what? Our fathers have eaten what? Sour grapes, and our teeth are what? On edge. Like it's saying Ezekiel. We feeling the effects of the crimes of our forefathers. You will too. You will too. All right, come on, Knock, let's get it.
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Gee, to cut them off so they don't rise, possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. This is judgment of the Most High. All right, come on, Knock.
For I will rise up against them, say the Most High of hosts, or Yahweh of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Most High.
That's everybody, man. That's everybody connected. So no,
take care of me,
heathens have not gotten away with anything. That's the point. You dig? So the reason we going over these prophecies about the slavery that's coming to the other nations is so you understand that when we get into the New Testament and start reading about certain Gentiles, you understand that that's not talking about these heathens that are going in chains. Our people went off and became these heathens in mannerisms, worship, culture, and everything. You feel me? That's what didn't happen. I mean, we even got it according to the history. We even got it according to the history. And with the proper precepts, you'll see the exact same thing. All right, drop that. Give me Amos 9. Amos 9, start at verse 8. Amos 9, start at verse 8. We're going to read down to 15. It is what it is. Mailman, Malak, James Wright, the mixed multitude was destroyed outside of Egypt. Also, the mixed multitude in Nehemiah, I believe it is 13:3, that came up, they were ordered to get rid of them. Let's read Nehemiah 13th chapter and the 3rd verse. We try to come out of Babylon with that same mindset. Mixed marriages and all type of heathen shit. Man, look, and the order was given. And the order went down. You feel me? Because when you're establishing government, when you're establishing the kingdom, there can't be confusion, man. It can't be confusion. Let's get it. Amos 9.
Want to read verse 4, then jump down?
Yeah.
All right. So we're at Amos chapter 9. We'll read verse 4 and then jump down. And though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them. And I will set my eyes upon them for evil and not good.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened with us, Art. You see, that's what happened, right? And again, we're not supposed to be sneezing at what happened here. Like a lot of people tell us to forget about forget about it, and y'all always want to talk about the past and all that. Y'all bring up the past. You remember what didn't happen here. It did. Come on now, we got to make sure that if we forget what didn't happen, the crime might as well never happen. If you get rid of the evidence, there is no crime. So why would we forget? All right, come on, Knock, let's get it.
Verse 8. Behold, the eyes of Yahweh thy power are upon the sinful kingdom.
Wow.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Wow.
saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Most High.
Do y'all hear that? The Most High said his eyes are upon the sinful kingdom. I tell you in Proverbs 15:3, his eyes are in every place, beholding the good and the evil. He said, my eyes are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy you Israelites, the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh. Now trip off that.
So how you
All right,
act
so
like
what's more sinful than where you at? You tell me in the annals of world history, you understand who done spilt more blood than America? Now, who done spilt more blood than the United States of America? How in the hell they become the world's most powerful superpower in a few hundred years?
Small
And it took
snake.
other nations, I'm talking about a long time to come up. Yeah. They didn't slow roll this thing while you Negroes think you can just get into smart economics and overcome your enemy. You slow rolling. This animal, because he was ordained, took power. He didn't slow roll nothing.
He came and killed him.
Yeah, he didn't slow roll a damn thing. So this place must go down, right? And notice, saving, I would not what? Utterly destroy the house of Jacob. So make sure we in order, man. Get yourself in order by any means necessary, because the judgment is coming. That don't mean Jake ain't gonna fall in it. It just said we won't utterly be destroyed. All right, come on, Doc, let's get it.
And just another thing, man, understand that the Most High is serious when he drops. His body count is way up.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying? And we have to understand, if he said he gonna wipe everything off the face of the earth, and he said I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, don't get it confused, y'all. He started this thing with 8 souls. So, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
A lot of Israelites
Deserving fallen Israelites.
A lot of Israelites gonna fall because we refuse to get in order, man. All right, especially for you Israelites that know you running around here still playing. You are out of order. You dig? Can't nobody tell you nothing. You always arguing, rebellious.
Remove my name.
You dig?
Don't call me no more.
Like, look, you better get in order and hurry up with it, man. Because the Most High is about to start some spring cleaning. And we act like we just ain't witnessed right before the Pesach. Like we just ain't witnessed all them deaths with like 6 deaths within 48 hours. And that's just her in St. Louis people we know. They ain't even talking about everything else. Notre Dame cathedrals burning down, right? On Easter Sunday, you see what happened in Sri Lanka. Over 200-some people died in a church celebrating Easter.
Went to the judgment on a pagan holiday. You gone before the judgment.
The bunny rose up.
Yeah, bombs. So the Most High is not playing in this hour, man. So it behoove you, Israel, to get in order. That's the problem, man. We still playing. And look, that's in our spirit. The people rose up to play. Stop playing.
Playtime's over.
Playtime been over. Stop playing with this thing, man. All right, come on, Knock. Let's get it.
Verse 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel.
Yeah.
Among all nations.
Among who?
All nations.
Right.
Very clear. Like a corn in the sift. In a sleeve.
Like a sieve. Like corn is sift in a sieve.
That's what I remember.
Right? I'm going to sift the house of Israel among all nations. Israel is scattered amongst all nations, right? All right, go ahead.
Like a corn like a corn is sift in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Yeah.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
So if we in the mindset like, man, they been talking about that. It don't matter. They been talking about the end is near. They been talking about this stuff gonna happen. The Most I say you're gonna die. That's the wrong mindset to be in, like judgment ain't about to hit. It will. You feel me? And again, a church just got bombed in Sri Lanka on pagan Easter Sunday. Over 200 people died. Playing around with the Most High. Look, this is no time to be playing. All right, go ahead, Doc.
Verse 11.
Yeah, Amos 9 and 11.
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen.
That's the 12 tribes. It's a promise. We will be raised up. All 12 tribes is a nation of Israel. Come on.
and closed up. That is fallen and closed up. The breaches thereof.
Breaches of things is something that's broke. So the Most High gonna heal us. All right, raise us up, heal us. All right, come on.
And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Come on.
That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
That they may possess. Possess means ownership. That I'm Amos 9 and 12
now. Amos 9 and 12.
So he said that they may possess. Possess means to own. That we may possess the remnants of Edom. That's the so-called white man. The Edomites. All right. The remnants of Edom. Go ahead.
And all the heathen.
And everybody else.
All
the heathen. What you talking about? Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, Hamites, so-called, whoever, Europeans, Asians, Australians, whoever you talking about. Anybody outside the 12 tribes of Israel, God's chosen, will be had in possession of the children of Israel. That's the end game of this thing.
So that clears up 14, huh? It's another witness.
Come on, let's get it out.
Which are called by my name, said the Most High, that doeth this. Behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper.
Meaning what? What that mean? The plowman is going to overtake the reaper. Who knows? Who's listening?
The plowman shall overtake the reaper, same way like the scripture say, second witness, that I see an evil in this earth, that the servants is riding on horse, and the princes are riding walking beside.
So who's the plowman?
The plowman is us.
Who is us?
Israel.
So the slaves.
The slaves.
Right. The plowman, the slave is going to overtake his slave master. The plowman is going to overtake the reaper. The reaper are the ones benefiting from the hard work of the slaves. Right? So the slave is going to overtake his slave master. Those days are coming. All right, go ahead.
And the treader of the grapes, him that soweth seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will again the captivity of
come on.
I will bring again, and I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them, and I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, said Yahweh thy power.
See, so the end game is that the slave overtake his slave master, and he get his rightful inheritance back. And we will never be pulled out of our land ever again. And that's a promise from the God of the Bible. If y'all understand it on the live chat, go ahead and throw a 7 up in the chat. Right? Again, we just going through real quick about the role of the other nations in the kingdom to come that will be had in possession of the 12 tribes of Israel. We are not making it up, even if it's coming off too hard for you. You just got to deal with the Most High on that. We didn't make the Bible up. The Bible says what it says. The reason people got a problem with it and call it a hate speech is because they hate the truth. You just hate what the Bible says. Just keep it real. All right? The Bible says what it says. We're not making none of this up. All right, so drop that. We're gonna go to Isaiah. Matter of fact, give me Revelation 13, and then we'll do the Isaiah 60, and then let's go into some of these laws on Israelite strangers. All right, give me Revelation 13. You know what it is, 9 through 10. Let's get her done. You know what grapes produce August dreams? Come on now. You know what that produce? One of our mains called the vintage harvest at the end of the year. That's how we get our wine. It did. Also, it symbolized judgment as well, because if you were somebody that stomped on grapes to make wine, your garments would look bloody. And pursuant to Isaiah the 63rd chapter, who is this that coming from Basel with dyed garments, stained in blood? And you precept with Revelation 19, the Messiah returned with garments drenched in blood. Like he been treading grapes all day, but it's the blood of the other nations, our enemies. Just what it is. All right. You got that Revelation 13, 9 and 10.
If any man have an ear,
Yeah.
let him hear.
So we all have ears, but everybody's not able to listen and to receive what's being said. Right? You done heard the phrase in one ear and out the other. That because he wasn't able to shema, listen. He wasn't able to really receive what was being said. He just heard something. That's why the Bible always say in Revelations, if you have an ear, let him hear what's being said. Meaning hear it and receive it. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
He that leadeth into captivity
Yeah.
shall go into captivity.
This is in Revelation's New Testament. Last book of the New Testament. So you can't say, well, y'all just in the Old Testament, as if the Most High lied through the mouth of his prophets. That's the mindset our people be in. Like in the church, it's like, dang, that's the Old Testament. Go to the New Testament. Well, we in the New Testament. He that leadeth into captivity is going into captivity. You was led into captivity as a slave. Well, who led you? Well, guess what? They have to go into captivity. That's in the Bible. New Testament. All right, go ahead.
He that killeth with the sword must.
Not might.
Must.
Not if you feel like it.
Must.
Must mean it has to happen. He that killeth with the sword must, come on,
be killed with the sword.
Come on.
Here is the patience and the faith
Come on.
of the saints.
Patience means to wait on something. This is what the saints are waiting on, and this is what we believe
Full
in.
belief.
That's the patience and faith of the saints. Our enemies are going down for what is happening.
That's doctrine to me.
Yeah. That's the gospel.
That's the gospel.
That's the
the good news.
I see you heathens in chains, and we're not making none of this
we
up.
Just read.
You got the Old Testament saying the same thing that the New Testament is saying, right? Whole thing with the Messiah was before we can even take rulership, we gotta first learn to love one another as a people, and then we gotta conquer the sin nature that's in us. You gotta, before you can conquer your enemies, you gotta conquer that carnal flesh.
Boy, it's so simple.
Once we do that, we can conquer the world. You gotta first love each other.
Zacharias prophesied about destruction of our enemies.
You say what? Shalom.
Zacharias in Luke 167 on down.
Yeah.
Prophesied about destruction
of our enemies in Luke the 1st chapter. Prophesied about the destruction.
The Holy Spirit.
Yeah. Nobody want to talk about that.
I guess he was going off too.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we should read that next. You in the spirit, you pulled it. You might as well read it. Let's go there next. Luke chapter 1. Start around 68. Yeah. It's just what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? And these type of scriptures make people scared. They be like, that y'all sound like revolutionary. We are. It's what it is, man.
The book of Luke.
He got it, bro. We're gonna read it. Yeah, go ahead and read it.
Luke chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be Yahweh, thy power of Israel. Go back to 67. Go back to 67, y'all. Luke 1:67. And his father Zacharias was filled with the Holy Ghost.
Was filled with what?
The Holy Ghost. Set apart spirit.
That's a bomb. So you can't say the way y'all talking. I just don't feel the spirit.
Right.
Yeah, that's what them church folk will be on. I just don't feel the spirit. Well, this man right here, it was filled with the Holy Spirit, or the set apart spirit, the spirit of Yah. All right, come on.
And prophesied, saying, Blessed be Yahweh, thy power of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people.
Yeah.
And he has raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. So you can't be no other nation if you're in the house of David.
Yeah, exactly. Come on up.
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, set apart prophets, which have been since the world began.
71. That
we should be saved from our enemies.
That we should be saved from our enemies, not our friends. The prophecy in Deuteronomy 28 says that we should be sold unto our enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, slaves. right? And look, he's saying this being filled with the spirit of Yahweh, the Holy Ghost, the same spirit everybody claim they catch in church, right? Foaming at the mouth and falling out. Did he foam at the mouth? Did he fall out? Did he run laps around the church? No, he prophesied about what? That man prayed. He praised the Most High. And that what? That we should be saved from our enemies. Right? So there has to be a distinction between Israelite strangers and the bondmen or heathens. It has to be. It has to be. Other than that, all these scriptures that we read will be contradicting by the time we get to Ephesians and all that. There got to be a difference. All right?
So what happens like when the Dylan walks in your church and kills all your people, and then your grandmother ain't even dead 5 hours? You talking you forgive him already?
That's off.
That's not even script.
Yeah, for one, he shouldn't even been allowed up in there. You feel me? That's your enemy. You dig? He shouldn't even been allowed up in there. What are you doing? You dig? And on top of that, Luke 17, if that was a brethren of yours, you dig? If he apologize or repent, you dig? You supposed to forgive him.
But you didn't ask for none of that.
Right. Rebuke him and forgive him because he asked for forgiveness. You dig? The white boy straight told you, like, I didn't do that for y'all niggas apology and forgiveness.
Don't want it.
I don't want it. He read me his manifesto. My job was to go in there and kill as many of them niggas as I wanted to. Then the cops took him to Burger King.
So how you forget that, man?
That's an act of war. What do you mean? Man, the police took him to Burger King before they booked him. They took him to Burger. What do you? Yeah, you know, just rewarded him real quick. What you want, a number 5?
What, the double?
Super large. flame broiled.
I was thinking that super.
Yeah, flame broiled.
Cut in half.
Stop it, yeah, stop it, man. Right, that we should it said that we should be saved from our enemies.
And from the hand of all that hate us.
All that hate us, man. That's the whole point in
this.
Them
niggas is the Jews. Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus is black. Oh. We're gonna be some hurt feelings in that day.
Joel 3.
Go to 74. Verse 72. Keep it going. Our fathers told us. And to remember his holy covenant. The oath which he swore to our father Abraham.
Our father, no doubt.
So it can't be no other nation if it ain't come out of Abraham. Possessor. That he would grant unto us that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear.
Without what?
Without fear.
Yeah, no doubt. That was an excellent precept, man. All praises, glory, and honor.
So how do you get to the end game with Paul talking, who Pharisee who had foreknowledge of all this? Probably screaming the same thing that Zechariah is screaming. Till they got salvation with you.
Zechariah is the Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit, not saying none of that. Okay?
Yeah.
His son, John the Baptist, prophesied out there 40.
And that man was found perfect, keeping all the commandments. So he was a commandment keeper.
Perfect.
And a Levite.
Right. Aaronite.
Wow.
He's a high priest.
Him and his wife.
Yeah.
Pure blood.
Yeah.
Come on, let's drop that Joel 3, 1-8. And let's get into some of these. Because how can Israelites be considered strangers? I know. I can hear the naysayers now. And really, it's just a lack of study, man. Slow down and reread the Bible. It's time to be retaught. There's been a lot of tap dancing, man. There's been a lot of tap dancing and winging scriptures, and it done destroyed the minds of brothers and sisters. You dig? Then destroyed their minds. And they convinced their rights. You be like, brother, look, it's off. All right? Let's get this. Joel chapter 3. Everything we read, by the time we get to any epistles of Paul, it cannot contradict what we read now.
No.
It can't contradict. Other than that, you're saying the Most High lied through the mouth of his prophets.
Right.
It's a dangerous road to play.
Yeah, I would never
that
admit that.
I ain't claiming that.
I would never admit that. So obviously you don't understand Paul then. Just keep it real. There's only two options on the table. Either he was a sellout, you dig, and something was infiltrated and put in there, or you don't understand him. It's only two options you got.
You got a warning in 2 Peter.
You only have two options. You either gonna say what Paul wrote overrides everything we just read. Yeah, in 2 Peter 3. I'm saying
And it called all his epistles, not his Torah, not Paul's set apart Torah.
just his letters.
Letters.
But he's doing commentaries on the Torah
To the people
Yeah,
that were scattered and bring them back because they were the lost sheep.
makes sense to me. Make all the sense in the world. Other than that, you dig? Other than that, you playing church. That's it.
Right.
All right, so let's do Joel 3. We're gonna read 1 through 8. Joel 3, 1 through 8. Y'all say y'all buffering. If y'all got a good signal, if everything all good, throw a 7 up in the chat. We don't want y'all to miss none of this. You was buffering too?
I just turned my Wi-Fi off, take a little bit off.
We shouldn't even be. Y'all should be
We
on the
shouldn't
2.
be,
Y'all should be on the 2G
Oh yeah,
anyway.
that's why I was. But still, though, it's bandwidth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was there.
Yeah, if y'all could take them deals off, if y'all can.
It's bandwidth. It could be storm rain.
I'd rather believe and take my chances. That's right, Antonio Harris. Everybody say they good. It's 7's all up in the chat.
Sounds like a plan to me.
7's all up in the chat. St. Louis Israelites 2. Gaza City Giddy in the house. Shalom.
Shalom, bro.
Y'all take notes. Y'all take notes. We're going to slow roll this thing. If it got to be 10 parts to it, then so be it.
Give me 2 hours, 2.5 hours each time.
We got to drill certain things into your head. And the things we're drilling are scriptures. We're not drilling no type of philosophy. It's just straight scripture. Scripture and definitions. All right? Your understanding can be had. All right? We're spiritual people and we're nationalistic. We for our nation. Yes, we are.
Everybody else is.
Yes, we are. We're a spiritual order. You did spirit over the flesh, but when it come down to the nation, my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, they are the Israelites. Right? Period. End of story. And yes, I believe we're above and superior to everybody else on the planet.
That's right.
It's just the truth.
As it is written.
It's the truth.
As it is written.
As it is written. As it is
Look,
written.
science tell you that with your DNA and your melanin. And look, we got our kid in the building.
Yeah, don't get him started. It's a
Boy,
wrap. That boy
You have a seminar right up here.
about cells and molecules and
Boy, you got
blood
light
types.
beams.
Yeah. It's all good.
Boy, you leave out here glowing.
Yeah, electrons. Yeah, that's right, baby. All right, let's get it.
Joel chapter 3, verse 1.
Yeah.
For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Not sure about this. Bring again simply mean it don't mean you going back into captivity. It mean he's reversing the captivity.
And bring it back to him.
Bring him back or reversing your slavery, right? And allowing you to return to your ancestral home of promise.
That's right.
And which you get authority, power. We be ruled. The headquarters will be Zion, Jerusalem. That's just what it is.
So the epicenter, everything is about Jerusalem.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead or judge with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations.
Y'all see that? Israel has been scattered amongst the nations. Slaves. Scatter means to remove by force. Y'all see that? You've been removed by force. You didn't just willingly go somewhere and migrate. You understand? You were conquered and thrown on slave ships and scattered to all four corners of this earth. Every direction. All right? So the Most High say judgment is coming behind it. Even though we went against him, these heathens was only supposed to go so far. They overstepped their boundaries. You dig? There's rules and laws in this Bible concerning slavery, if you want to put it that way. You dig? It's laws concerning it. You can't just do whatever the hell you want to do. And cutting a woman's belly open and ripping out an unborn fetus was not one of them.
stomping it.
You dig? Using little Teddy to catch alligators for gator bait was not one of them.
In Florida.
You understand? Shooting a man 1,000 times and then burning his corpse to a cross was not one of them. But you got to answer for all that, man. Separating families and all that ain't in the Torah. What do you mean? The fathers in South Carolina, the mama down in Virginia, and the son in Mississippi.
Getting raped and everything.
That's not in the Torah. I know. It's horrible atrocities to the point of where people had to rise up like Harriet Tubman. Right? Too much. I mean, unspeakable evils. Got to get out of here. Got to go. And then put her neck on the line and went back down south to get more of her people. You dig? Because she know what they was going through. And then turn the shotgun on Combs. I'll blow your head off if you go back. That's what I'm saying, bro. That type of spirit is what's raising up in this hour on these men and these women out there. You dig? Because you should be sick of slavery by now. You should be sick of it. Dude, this ain't living going next door to these Palestinians buying single cigarettes, hustling your EBT card
to get hot food.
This ain't living. You know what I'm saying? Heathens got you on child support and all that. This is not living. What do you mean? The food you eat is all the food you eat is fake, genetically modified. You're not even eating real food. You dig? Everything is evil. Everything you watch is evil. All the music you listen to is evil. We being influenced on so many levels just to be evil. This ain't living. Are you serious? Judgment has to come behind it. All right, D, come on, let's get it.
So I'm gonna read that verse 2 again. I will also gather all nations, which you read, that's the nine Hebrew nations, that H1471, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
So not only did they scatter us, they came in and parted the Most High's land that he gave to us. And when we get in that Leviticus 25, that's a major crime. You don't sell the Most High's land. That belonged to them Israelites, not y'all. Yeah. We got them dead, we got them scattered, and look at all this blessing we got. Let's go ahead and part it amongst ourselves. And now you got the Jewish faction and the Palestinians next door fighting over a piece of property that belonged to you. It ain't even theirs. The judgment is coming.
That's what Palestine, president said in the Jordan wars, you know what I'm saying? Gamal Nasser, he said, how did Israel leave black and come back white? He said, y'all will never have peace here. And he said, in their case was, listen, if the real Yahudi won't come back, then it's ours. We next in line. Which technically they right.
You won't take what's yours.
So shit.
You should under the vibration.
Y'all ain't gonna get.
Look, and that's why it's a big conspiracy to keep the brothers like from getting passports and all that. Like keep them down by any means necessary. You did, because they know, man, the prophecy is, hey, Judah gonna fight in Jerusalem. Eventually you're gonna be at home, and before everything is good, you got a the war to rage. A water wage, should I say, in Jerusalem. You dig? Yeah, that's in Zechariah. Yeah. Nah. Yeah, I mean, bondage, I'm chilling. There, you mean I'm not going nowhere because you don't know nothing else. You dig? We supposed to be international people, and we supposed to be all about the redemption of Zion. Period. In the story. That's what this whole thing is about. Yeah, unified. All right, come on, now let's get it.
Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
Yeah.
And have given a boy for an harlot.
You see that? Turning our boys into harlots. Y'all seen Goodbye Uncle Tom? Where you think this whole gay vibration then came from? That started in slavery. Breaking the buck. Just look that up. You can Google that. Breaking the buck. They turned a lot of our men into sodomites. Giving a boy for a harlot. Go ahead, Doc.
And sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre, and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? will ye render me recompense?
Mm.
And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your head.
Recompense is old English for reward, a payback. You know what I'm saying? Most High say, I'm gonna pay you back. Notice he mentioned Palestine too. Them old Palestinians over there fighting. Yeah, ain't none of y'all got away with nothing, man. Nothing, right? The big payback is coming. Go ahead, Doc.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold,
Yeah.
and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
Yeah, all that gold on the stock market belong to you. That's Solomon's gold that he got from his daddy David. Don't lose gold. Gold ain't just you. Look, wealth is just transferred. It's energy. It's power. You don't just lose. You don't lose all that gold. Guess who got it now? Queen of England, the Rothschilds and them, and they set the gold standard every morning. This thin flannel heathen get up in his flannel pajamas and slippers, yawn, and go right down there and set the standard for gold every morning. That's your gold. Yeah, they done robbed us and jacked us, bro, and straight got on the stock market doing their thing. Yeah. Yeah. Judgment. Come on, Doc.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Look up that Grecian right there. So nobody say that's the Grecian in Acts 6. The Grecian in Acts 6 is a Greek-speaking Jew. What is this Grecian? Just in case people think we ain't on our definitions.
So it's H3125. H3125. Yevani.
Javan, a biblical name for Greece. Go ahead.
It means, right, is with Jevonite, a descendant of Javan, Grecian.
That's not the Grecian in Acts 6.
So we read that
says a Greek-speaking Jew that adopted Greek customs, mannerisms, and worship. That's talking about literal Greeks. Yeah, that's what that's talking about right there. All right, come on, let's get it out.
All right, so verse 6. Read that one more time. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might be removed far from their borders. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your head.
And return your payback upon your head. So when we've been sold, the Most High say the day come, he gonna raise us up. And he gonna pay back our enemies. Right? And return what you did to them, I'm gonna return it right back to you.
Lord, don't be so harsh on them, Lord.
Yeah, that's the spirit you're not supposed to be in. You ain't supposed to be like, dang, what about what you mean is judgment? Nobody said what about as long as you was down.
That's all this is about.
Yeah. Individual, you're gonna get picked off being the individual out there.
And that's what the whole thing is about, bringing everything back to one stick. You can't say that Christ was talking about unity and breaking down a partition wall, and then you got these offshoot camps talking about stay separate.
Hey, the whole point of that parable, Keela, was to be righteous in your intent. You can be a Hebrew and still be evil as all hell.
Yeah.
Be righteous, man. You feel me? Spiritual Israel are those that accept the Messiah. The Israelites that accept the Messiah and display and apply the fruits of the Spirit. So that was the whole parable about the Good Samaritan. You feel me? Messiah spoke parables like that to check Israel on their spirit and how they dealt with each other. How the hell does somebody outside the nation deal better with your people than you? That's all that was. All right, come on, let's get it.
All right, verse 8 of that Joel chapter 3. And I would sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah.
See, so when we say they going in chains, that's the truth, man. Right? I'm going to raise them up and I'm going to sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of my people. Wow. That's in the Bible? All in the Bible. All in the Bible. Come on, Hebrew.
And they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off. For the Most High has spoken.
All right, drop there. Give me first Mac 1, verse 11 through 15. We located in St. Louis, Missouri right now. Eventually, Zion, Haile C. Muhammad.
Wow.
We're in the STL right now. Eventually, we'll be in Zion, Jerusalem. You did. We're going to first Maccabees 1. All right, y'all be safe out there, man. Hold your head. You dig? Watch out for them centurions. Watch out for these centurions out there.
All right, so my brother Uriel want to hit that Jeremiah.
We had our new headquarters, Mina Norfolk. Oh, that's Mina. Mina. Is that her? Mina.
Mina.
We had our new building. All right. St. Louis. Are you? I thought you was asking what's we doing. All right.
Read that Jeremiah 30 real quick, my brother going through the line. For lo, the days come, says Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel and Judah, saith the Most High, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it.
And they shall possess it. That's
another prophet witness.
That's the prophecy on it. And that's what's coming. You feel me? We gonna return back to our land, and we shall possess what it is. All praises, all glory, all honor to the Most High. Owner, creator, and possessor of all things. All right. Give me first Mac real quick, just to show the Southern Kingdom, you know what I'm saying, how we start going off, becoming heathens and uncircumcised. All right. And then we got 2 Kings for the Northern Kingdom. Some people are like, well, that was just the Southern Kingdom. What about the Northern Kingdom? Like, come on, man, this is too easy. Everybody know that the Northern Kingdom was heavy into idolatry. That's that little bit of reading of the book of Jeremiah to show you that. 1, 11 through 15.
All right. First Maccabees out the Apocrypha, original 1611. It said, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen. They are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
So our people say they wanted to make a covenant with the heathens. They did. In other words, you wanted to become a heathen. You want to display their mannerisms, worship like them. You did walk like them. You feel me? You want to do all these things. Go ahead, Art.
Verse 12. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen.
Come on, let's get it. We in First Maccabees 1, 11 through 15, y'all. Come on, let's get it.
We're in verse 14 right now. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief.
You see, so we started fellowshipping with the heathen. We became uncircumcised. We were sold to do mischief. That should be easy to see. So us becoming uncircumcised is a spiritual thing. It can't be physical. All right. So now you're seeing Israelites referred to as the uncircumcision. Galatians 2, 7 through 8 says that Paul was sent to the uncircumcision, right? And Peter to the circumcision. This should not be hard. It should not be hard. If you just properly precept the whole thing on down, you see the whole thing is about the rise, fall, and redemption of the children of Israel. And before any type of heathen or whatever can be even brought in chains or whatever, we must be brought back as a power. We must unite. That's the prophecy we was reading about, right? Nothing that we read about the kingdom should contradict what the prophets were saying.
It can't.
It can't contradict it. Other than that, you're saying that the Most High was lying through the mouth of his prophets. All right, give me 2 Kings. Drop that. Give me 2 Kings. 2 Kings 17. We're going to read 6 through 25. What'd you say, Sister Kanya? Your 14-year-old understands. That's right.
17.
2 Kings 17, 6 through 25. It's not hard at all, man. You just got to take yourself up out of it. Christianity is a hell of a drug. And a lot of these Hebrews are still into Christianity. Feel me? You mags, we established in order. Men and women got to sit separate. Yeah, because it's all about focusing on the Most High. Feel me? I've seen men come in and try to rub on women and all that. We had to check a nigga down at the service building before. Like he often put his arm around her and, you know, trying to lean all over. Like, man, hey, what is you doing? The nigga jumped up like, oh, yeah, you tripping. You feel me? Certain brothers ain't even want to say nothing. Like, bro, look, we can't let this happen. This little girl, what, 17? She brought a little boyfriend down at the class. You feel me? And if her parents ain't gonna say something, I'm gonna say something. You dig? I knew, hey, y'all supposed to be sitting separate, man. We supposed to be down here focusing on the Most High. You dig? Not all that extra. And guess what? We ain't seen that Negro since.
No, he went about that work.
I ain't seen her since. I believe they skipped town right after that. So, you know what I'm saying? Scared of order. Yeah, man, establish order. For the Most High started killing folk around here. Gotta stop playing, man.
2 Kings chapter 17, starting at verse 6.
Yeah.
In the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria, took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria and placed them at Halah and in Habor by the river Gozan and in the cities of the Medes.
Now, you see what happened is that the northern kingdom, which you'll call, like sometimes they call them the 10 lost tribes. You know, you hear that 10 lost tribes, or sometimes they refer to as Ephraim. Ephraim was like the main dominant tribe out of the northern kingdom. Like the history is the 12 tribes split. You understand? And Judah, Benjamin, and Levi stayed in Jerusalem, you know, the city of David. But the other tribes went north into a city in Israel called Samaria, and that was their capital. So we had 2 different kings, right? 2 different capitals.
Priests.
You know what I'm saying? Different priests, like you saying. You dig? It's utter confusion. We ain't been in one nation in over 2,800 years. So Messiah's his whole mission was to bring the nation back together.
So why are we still breaking the mission?
Yeah, you breaking the mission and showing. That's why he's saying in the book of Romans, you know, mark those that cause division, right? And offenses contrary to the doctrine, and avoid them. You got Negroes reading that like they ain't the ones causing division, but gathering with heathens. Come on, man. Like, look, that ain't making no sense at all. So that's the history behind it, roughly, real quick. You just seeing the northern kingdom that they refer to as the northern kingdom. After the split, after Solomon died, the nation was split. You dig? And eventually the northern kingdom of Israel went into captivity under the Assyrians. All right, you're reading about it now. And he told you in the 9th year. All right, go ahead.
You know what? I just wanted to hit something you just said. It makes sense. Remember what Matter just said?
Our contact information, Todd Tully's in the description box. Go to the description box of the video. You'll see our PO box. You'll see our email. You'll see all that. All right. What you were saying? My bad.
No, you're all good. You're all good. When you think about what Matty had just said a second ago, he talked about Peter and he talked about Paul. Now, when we have an understanding now about what's going on as we are starting to develop a better picture, it would make sense for Peter to go to those that's already in Judea, right? Because they are already pretty much sound in Torah. They just don't have the Messiah yet. So he go teach them. It would make more sense for Paul, who is a Pharisee of Pharisees, and get now the spiritual knowledge of the Messiah, to go to those other Israelite nations that didn't have the Israelite culture at all because they was born in other nations. Along with giving them not only Torah, he's given the Messiah and Torah. So it makes sense for him to be a what? Teacher or, dealing with the Gentile nations. It would make sense why his gift of tongues would be greater because he's dealing with multiple nations of Israelites that have been scattered. They got to be brought back and made one. Y'all can't see where I'm going?
Yeah, for sure.
That makes, can I get seven? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Peter would go to those who are already knowledgeable of Torah. But Paul, being a Pharisee of Pharisees, with the special gift of tongues that he had, would go to those nations scattered under heaven where Israelites dwell, right? That would be way different, you know what I'm saying, for them because they didn't have the Torah knowledge or the knowledge of Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that just makes sense when the pieces of the puzzle come together.
Circumcision and the uncircumcision. Circumcision and uncircumcision. All right, come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
All right, we're at verse 7. For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord, Yahweh their power, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt and under the hand of Pharaoh, who was the king of Egypt, and had feared other gods and walked in their statutes of the heathens, whom Yahweh cast out from before the children of Israel, of the kings of Israel, which they had made. And actually, that's what them 12 plagues was about. If you really study those 12 plagues out and the things that the Most High had dropped bombs on, those were direct attacks to Egyptian gods.
No doubt.
Check that out.
Yep.
Verse 9. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against Yahweh their power. And they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city.
Jump down to verse 13.
Verse 13, 2 Kings 17, verse 13. Yet Yahweh testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, turn ye from your evil ways and keep my commandments.
That's right.
And my statutes, according to all the law, which I commanded your fathers, and which I sent to you by my servants, the prophets. Notwithstanding, they would not hear, but hardened their neck, like to the neck of their fathers, that did not believe in Yahweh their power.
See, hard-headed, rebellious, can't tell you nothing.
Can't get right.
You feel me? Can't tell you nothing. The only person that don't like order is him that's out of order, man. All right, come on now.
Verse 15. And they rejected his statutes and his covenant. And they, read that again. And they had, read that again. And they rejected his statutes and his covenant that he made with their fathers and his testimonies, which he testified against them. And they followed vanity and became vain and went after the heathen.
Come on.
Were round about. That were round about them, concerning whom the Most High had charged them that they should not do like them.
That's see, so they did the same thing the Southern Kingdom did in First Maccabees. They went after the heathen, you dig, and took on all their mannerisms and their customs and all that. So now we're seeing that the Northern Kingdom was what? Uncircumcised as well. That's how you become uncircumcised, when you reject the covenant of the Most High and take on the covenant of these heathens, period. You become a heathen. So now we're seeing history playing out into how Israel became strangers or Gentiles, you dig? And these are the people that Paul was going to preach to, let them know, hey, the time is for y'all to return on back. You know what I'm saying? And he was letting those that the Judean brethren that were considered harsh, letting them know, hey, accept your brothers. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh shall die for the whole nation. You see, that's what that was about. I want to read this Pontius Pilate again. You know what I'm saying? Certain things I just want to drill into our people's head. Right? 161. Show y'all that there were foreign Jews, even according to this heathen right here. Pontius Pilate, who was ruling Judea. Page 161. All right. Then we're going to go into examples in the law of Israelites considered as strangers. Then we're going to get into some of these good old scriptures they love to go to, like 1 Peter chapter 1. 1 Peter chapter 2. You dig? We're gonna get some 1 Corinthians. We're gonna get into all that. I mean, y'all willing. I know we ain't gonna get through the whole thing. You dig? We're gonna slow roll it. Slow roll it. Eventually, we gonna decapitate the understanding of Romans the 11th chapter as well. Everybody love the old grafted in the olive tree and that's coming. Yeah, that's coming. That's gonna be the nail in the coffin. You'll be like, wow. Everything Paul said was already written in the Old Testament, man. Yeah, and so who were the branches that were broken off that could be grafted in again?
The one that's turned even.
Yeah, grafting is something that got to do with wood, joining wood together. Yeah, you dig? Yeah, and then he talking about some the reconciliation. Yeah, like if you break up with your woman and y'all reconcile,
y'all back one flesh.
All right, how can you ever reconcile if you never was together? Come on, man. It's just certain words you just read over real quick. Wild out tree, grafted in. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing you wild, not knowing that you simply are wild because you're going against the Most High. You feel me? Broken off branches. it is what it is. All right, we in the arrest of Yahushua, page 161. I just wanted, according to history, even Mina, I said Mina J. I seen her on her. Even Pontius Pilate talked about foreign Jews. Yeah, we can address John 10:34, which is Psalm 82:6. Ye are gods, man, and children of the Most High. You dig, made in His image, but you gonna die like a man. All right. So when we got topics on that, but right now we're focusing on what this is, man. I almost said it according to Mina J. Mina J used a household name here in St. Louis. We ain't never met you, sister. All right. Look at y'all LOL and on her and everything. I read that real quick. I just want to show historically about the foreign Israelites during the time of Pontius Pilate.
The letters of Pontius Pilate by W.P. Grosier.
We went over this in part 1. There's certain things we're gonna keep hitting into the grand finale. So we shouldn't have to answer certain questions after this. Like, what about Ephesians 2:11-14? We went over that at the end of the first part. You know what I'm saying? That only shows you didn't watch the video. All right. We'll let a day go by too, just so you can get you can go ahead and get your notes together and everything. All right, so you can look up your definitions, look up the scriptures, you dig? Like, and if somebody got a problem with this, all you got to do is debunk all the definitions we done pulled and every scripture we done pulled. Good, I don't believe in luck, but yeah, right, you ain't gonna be able to do it. All right, go ahead, Doc, let's get it.
Page 161, titled, this chapter is Arrest of Jesus. You know, I am sure I have told you this before, that when the Passover is finished, and a large part of the foreign Jews.
Large part of who?
The foreign Jews.
So there's foreign Jews? Men that were born outside of Jerusalem, outside of Israel, that would simply come back just for feasts, that were still involved in pagan worship and Greek culture and all that?
Yeah.
Foreign Jews?
They came and kept the feast.
Now, how is Pontius Pilate writing about foreign Jews?
And how is you Negroes telling Negroes they can't come to Passover like it's yours? And not the Most High.
Yeah, that's way up. That's way off.
Now here go foreign Jews who had pagan customs, came to keep the Passover with Christ, nor the Pharisaic or the Sadduceic Jews put them out.
Exactly.
And then he put them out.
Foreign Jews.
Yeah, foreign. And then Acts 18, Sister Kanya, those Priscilla and Aquila, those were Israelites born in Rome. You dig? That were expelled out of Rome. Matter of fact, under Claudius Caesar. More books. Annals of Imperial Rome by Cornelius Tacitus. You dig? And they go into how the Israelites were put out of Rome at the instigation of, they say Christ in here, the Messiah. Just what it is, man. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
I am sure I have told you this before, that when Passover is finished, and a large part, my fault, y'all, alarm's going off. Passover is finished, and a large part of the foreign Jews troop back to the coast of their way home.
On their way home. You see that?
On their way
So
home.
they come strictly for the feast, and then they go back to their lands that they were born in. That's what Acts the 2nd chapter was talking about. You feel me? Acts the 2nd chapter, they were dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. They were there for Pentecost. That's when they got hit with the fiery tongues, and then all of them heard the gospel of Messiah in the language of the lands that they were born in. The language of the lands they were born in, should I say.
Makes sense.
Right? Now, Pontius Pilate is saying the same thing. These foreign Jews will come to Jerusalem for the feast days. And then so these are considered strangers. We're going to show it, right? They consider strangers. They come back just for the feast days, and when the feast days are over, they go back home. All right, go ahead.
And it's crazy. This is Passover. Acts 2 takes it to 50-day feast right after.
Pentecost. Come on, let's get it.
I hold games in Caesarea for several days. It is a relaxation for me as well as for them. And it is good for trade. Do you ask whether they come to my games? Of course they come. They are not Pharisees. They are Greek Jews.
What kind of Jews?
Greek Jews.
Wow.
Sir.
Syrianic Jews.
Yeah, Syrianic Jews.
That's North Africa. Go ahead.
Asiatic Jews.
That's from Asia.
Merrier and humaner folk than their harsh Judaic brethren.
Wow. Wow. So you got Israelites living in Greece, North Africa, and Asia that will come back to the crib strictly for feast days and then burn out. You dig? And you prove that they're involved in these customs because they are participating in the gladiator games that Pontius Pilate set up.
That the Judaic Jews wouldn't do.
That the brothers in Judea wouldn't dare do. Yeah.
Grecian, according to the definition.
Yeah, foreign Jews. Now, what is Pontius Pilate doing writing about these foreign Jews? Read 161 for the brother. What's that? Yeah, he played games. He just said he hosts games. He's a Roman.
For several days.
Yeah, the foreign Jews will participate in the games that Pontius Pilate were holding. They would come keep the feast. The feast was over. They would stop off and keep the games that Pontius Pilate was holding on their way back home. Right? So that proves they were still in the Greek culture and all type and Roman culture. Yeah.
That's what that verse means.
That's why he said that. You feel me? Because our people still was doing it. Even though they knew who they were, they'll come keep the feast, but still go back to Greece, Asia, and North Africa and still partake in rituals and customs and worships of those lands. Yeah.
Get them on the street corner, like, I know who I am. I know who I am. A whole Christmas basket or Easter basket.
Same thing.
Same as.
Yeah, so we go there to show that Israelites are called foreigners or strangers, and we're going to go show that in the law. See, the law prophesied this would happen. You did, because somebody going to say, well, how the hell are they strangers when they hadn't been scattered yet, right? But the law got all type of provisions in it before certain things happen. For example, there's laws on the king. What is Moses doing writing about a king in Israel? And the first king didn't come to Saul. Moses never made it into Israel for a king to be anointed. But there's a law in Deuteronomy about a king.
Boy, look at that boy. Boy,
what's up with that? There's laws in the Torah about one law for you that is homeborn and for the stranger that sojourneth among you, right? Those laws were written in the wilderness, right? Who in the wilderness was born in Israel? Nada. All of them was born in Egypt. There was already laws on the book because the Most High in his infinite wisdom knew we would be scattered.
He saw down the line.
Yeah.
Ain't no Grecians leave Egypt or was running from them. You know what I'm
Running with us.
Running with us.
Yeah.
So ain't no heathen. Ain't no heathen left him out of Egypt, right?
Bro, I just said that to Mally. I don't know if you caught it like earlier. No, you had made a move. You had left. I said, bro, it wasn't even a European around with Israel at Mount Horeb and Sinai and all that.
Let's keep it on the heathen basis, though. Forget the European. Didn't no heathens leave us out of Egypt with us.
Black nations. Because they black too, yeah. So, Gentiles are black nations.
There's a whole perspective on the word stranger.
See, so the law already was prophesying of what would happen.
So the law is prophecy too?
Yeah. The Most High in His infinite wisdom.
Makes sense.
Let's get this prayer off, people. Let's get this prayer off. Get her done. Let's get this prayer off. Man. All right, y'all, it's prayer time over in Jerusalem. If you're living over there, you just be getting up, starting your day.
Good morning.
Man, that'd be beautiful, Wolves.
Yep, that was prayer. All right, let's get her done. All right, y'all repeat after me. Let's get her done. All right. Abinu. Shabbat Shemayim. Yid Kadesh. Shimka. Tabo. Malkuteka. Yease. Ratzonka. Kabashamayim. Cain. Baaretz. Etlakim. Kukenu. Tain Lanu. Hayom. Uslak Lanu. All. Kataenu. Kamo. Shel Sokim. Gam. Anaknu. Lakotin. Lanu. Wa'ol. Tabienu. Lide. Nisayon. Ki. In. Kotsenu. Min Hara. Ki Laka. Hamam Laka. Wahal Bura. Wahati Faret. Laome. Olamim. Amen. Hallelujah. 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 Praise the mighty Yah. All praise. All right, in English. Our Father in heaven, holy is your name. May your kingdom come, and your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we also have forgiven those who sinned against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Hallelujah. 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 Praise the mighty Yah, Hashem Mashiach, the Holy Messiah. Now you do got Leviticus 24, the son of an Egyptian son, the father or son of Egyptian father, but he got killed. You got mixed multitude, but none of them made it. He's got bodied in the wilderness.
Israelite tissue.
You know what I'm saying? He just got bodied. Yeah. And then they all got bodied. But see, the same mingled multitude when we came out of Babylon, which is another captivity, and we was told get rid of them. That's Ezra the 10th chapter, 3rd verse. You know what I'm saying? Nehemiah too. They get them gone. You feel me? Y'all got their women. Y'all having children with them. Yeah, they got to go. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I'm just going on the record though. The ones that did leave out already mingled into the bloodline and into the custom. You ain't seen no full-blooded heathen serving the heathen God leaving out.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
The ones that was mingled, you see them get hit. Then, like you just said, the ones that was mixed and mingled amongst us, the Most High, like, look, get rid of them wives y'all married, the heathen wives, get rid of them and leave them children.
Yep, that's it. That's Ezra the 10th chapter.
Boy, that's according to the script, right? So ain't no heathens left out. Right?
Yeah.
And the ones that mingled amongst the blood, we had to get rid of them because we reestablished order.
Real talk. All right, so look, we read that about the foreign Jews, right? Let's give certain examples on Israelites being strangers according to the law. Again, the excuse will come up and say, well, how are they strangers? And you know, they hadn't been scattered yet, right? Why are there laws about being homeborn? No, Moses. Where was Moses born at? Was Moses born in Israel? He was born in Egypt. Okay, so that law don't do that law apply to Moses? He wasn't born. He wasn't born in Israel. He called himself a stranger, actually.
He actually called himself.
Yeah. Exodus 2nd chapter. Right? So that means Aaron was born in Egypt. That means Miriam was born in Egypt. That means that 600,000 the 600,000 army we had that came out, all of them was born in Egypt. And that don't even include all the men, all the women and children.
Right.
You talking about close to 2 million Israelites coming out of Egypt. None of them born in Israel. None of them. So laws were already on the book. There's prophecies in the law. The law about the king. He should not multiply wives. That don't mean he can't have more than one wife. It means he can't have too many. The word there is rabbah, which means exceedingly too many. What king had that?
Solomon.
How is Moses prophesying about Solomon in the law? That's 400 years before a king was ever established in Israel. So the whole point is there's prophecy in the law. You see? We just want one law for you that's homeborn and one for the stranger. Now we think that got to do with heathens like being at our feast and all that. Oh, dangerous game. What if you the stranger? Because you wasn't born in the land. But you come back to Israel for the feast. Nigga, we pop up in Israel for the feast. Man, that city shit don't fly over there. You ain't gonna be able to pop up over there and do what the hell you want. And brothers over there living, been over there 25, 30 years. We gonna have to submit to them brothers. Like, all right, how you do this? Like, what do we? Yeah. What y'all got going on? What's really shit? You know? How y'all do this over here? Because we're strangers. You see? All right, so now that we understand this, right? Now we can start identifying who Paul was talking about in Galatians, Ephesians, and all that. Because these the scriptures in the law that Negroes are pulling to justify marrying heathens, congregating with heathens. You feel me? And it's like, bro, what do you mean? That scriptures don't even mean that. It tell you right in Exodus 20, which is the 10 Commandments, right? About the Sabbath, right? Nobody can work. Not your manservant, not your maidservant, or the stranger that dwelleth among you. Showing you there's a difference between the stranger and the slave. The manservant and maidservant are the slaves purchased with money, right? The stranger is your brethren, right? That's either dwelling with you temporarily for a feast, the foreign Jews. Yeah, or somebody that fell on hard times. And it's just like, yeah, it's a brethren of yours. They fell on hard times. You got to build them up. And he can be redeemed before the 7 years, or he just work to the Jubilees and let him go. But he don't get treated like your bondmen and bondwomen. He's considered a stranger too. Or if you just an Israelite living in a foreign land.
The scripture speaking that same thing about the one who speaks to another one. That 7 years up, they don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
They for life.
Those are your slaves. Those are your slaves.
Those are
the heathens. Those are the heathens. Yeah, the ones that are bought with money.
Most of the time, when the Most High we refer to the other nations, 9 times out of 10, or let's say 8, he's saying heathen. It depends
on what scripture you're reading and the context behind it. Because look, trip out this Genesis 35 called Jacob, a multitude of nations, plural, Jacob, Israel. Now we all know that he had 12 sons that became 12 tribes. But that scripture in Genesis 35, verse 10 through 11, is saying that each tribe is a separate nation. Then when we get into Tobit, the 4th chapter, he told his son, you can't even marry outside the tribe, your father's tribe, to a strange woman. That's why you don't see even tribe mixing in the scripture. You don't see those from Zebulun marrying those from Gad. Everybody stuck to their own, yeah, or tribe. Yeah.
When you bring in another nation, another bloodline, you can bring in a lot of disease and things of that nation into to your pure bloodline that you have.
Yeah.
Blood fight blood, DNA fight other DNA. You see that with women is correct. Depending on who the father is, what antigens or what proteins they got from mixing and mingling, and the baby will straight fight against the mother blood, and mother blood fight against the baby blood.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Real talk. So let's get into some of this, man. Leviticus 25. That's where we going. There you go.
Yeah.
Leviticus 25. Leviticus 25.
And just on that mixed multitude, bro, while y'all was talking for a minute, I was sitting just looking through all that. When you look at mixed, it's H61.
It's Arab. Yeah.
Yeah, check this out. Peep this. It says mixed people, a mongrel race.
Mm.
So your mixed multitude with mixed people, because mind you, when you resided someplace for as long as you was in Egypt, right? 70 years we went in, we was free.
Mm-hmm.
Then went into the captivity. And I can't remember, it's either 261 or 216 if I'm right. That was hard bondage. And then you come out. So about close to right at 350 years. You spend that long with a group of people, you start intersecting with those people. So when he delivered his people out, you see what I'm saying? Then you see, you know what I'm saying? Those are the mixed people, the mongrel race, or mixed people that the word mixed is called.
Egyptians laying with, you know what I'm saying,
Israelites.
Hebrews and all that. An example is Leviticus, the 24th chapter.
And that's why.
But that boy got his head hit because he went against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Cursed the Most High God. Matter of fact, he ain't make it into the wilderness that long. He was banging with a full-blooded Israelite.
Yeah.
And then cursed the Most High. Most High, hey, lock him up. Lock him up. Moses went before him. Brick him. Get him out of here. Anybody that cursed their God going down. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. It wasn't like it's a whole bunch of
Egyptians packed up and left.
Yeah, a whole bunch of Egyptians, whole bunch of Greeks, whole bunch of man. Nah, that ain't what it was.
You know, it was originally probably thought that. You know what I'm saying? But when we start looking at these definitions and looking at it, and then the totality of this lesson at just part 2, you can see the picture painted so much different. That's it.
Yeah.
And it tells you, if anything, think they self a teacher, first it must be retaught what? The oracles, communications of God again.
Yeah, come on, let's do this. Leviticus 25, start at 35. We hit this last video, but we need to hit this. We need to hit this every time we do this, so it can be understood. All right, Israelites in the law were already prophesied to be strangers, and it's several instances on how Israelite can be a stranger. Several instances, man. You dig? So you should not be pulling scriptures on justifying heathen marriages or congregating with heathens, and they say one law for you that is homeborn and one law for the stranger that is sojourneth among you, and everybody up in her a stranger. But none of us born in Israel. You see, none of us. Because you know you're an Israelite now. You wasn't homeborn though. You wasn't born there. You feel me? You lose when you lose the connection with the land. You lose so much.
That's what these seminars was about. You have to even eat what comes from the land you live in. That's why this is strange for us and hurt us more physically, because we eat the wrong food from the wrong land.
Look, the land was so gracious to us. The food we can't even. The food we eat is killing us because it's a different iron phosphate than the food that.
Why?
Even down to our food, the way we read, everything we talking about. Man, I did a whole seminar on that.
Real talk.
That was his whole seminar. And listen, you right now would be the stranger. If you left, got your passport, went over there, guess what? Like our brother Karak Zayah, hope their brother having a good time over there on the land. You would probably lounge with one of your Israelite families that's there.
That's what they doing.
You see what I'm saying?
That's exactly what they doing.
That's exactly what you would do. And then guess what happens? At the end of the feast, and once you're done, guess what you're going to do? Go back to the coast and hop your butt on that boat and plane and come on back home to the land.
You don't got citizenship. You feel me? Until you lacking rights.
You just read yourself in that Pontius Pilate.
Yeah, foreign.
That's exactly what happened. That's what would be all of us.
That's right.
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's get it. Leviticus 25, start at verse 35. We're going to read 35 through 44.
Gotcha. All right. Leviticus 25, 35. And if thy brother be waxing poor and fall in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him, yea, though he be a stranger, or a sojourner, that he may live with thee.
Man, who's this? Is the book of Leviticus. Who's your brother?
The easy.
Who's the brother? It's the book of Leviticus, Levi, to the priest, right? If your brother wax poor or turn poor, you're supposed to relieve him. The word there is kazak, for strengthen him, right? Even though he be a stranger and a sojourner with you. So your actual Israelite brethren can be a stranger?
Yeah, it's time to be retaught.
Are we making that up? That says that. That's one spot. Show me an Israelite in the law that could be a stranger. I thought you never asked. Thought you never asked. Leviticus 25, verse 35. Thought you never asked. And then look, when you're going to see the difference in this between the stranger and your slave. By the time we get to verse 44, it's going to be beyond clear. You're going to be like, whoa, dang, that do say that. And the law do say your manservant and the stranger, the sojourner with you. Right? different words, all of it. Like, let's keep reading. I mean, we can look up brother. You want to look brother up? Look brother up for your
honor and pleasure.
If you don't have enough raiment to cover her, she's able to let go without pain.
Straight
doctrine. Who is that talking about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's talking about a brother that you done lifted up. You know what I'm saying? Like once you get down to this stranger thing, you realize it's talking about us. It's like, no, y'all was once you really look at this from how you supposed to read it, a lot of scripture we've been getting taught is off as hell.
Off as hell. Boy, you heard Yaakov say off as hell. Yeah.
Go ahead, Uriel. You say what up? Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. All praises, God.
Yeah, you a homeborn slave. Why are you spoiled? Now, you wasn't homeborn. You a homeborn slave. Yeah. All right, look, read the definition of brother.
Hey, bro. It's H251, brother. It means brother of same parents. Half brother, same father. Relative, kinship, same tribe. Each of the other reciprocal relationship. Figuratively, resemblance. Look just like you. A brother, used in the widest sense of the literal relationship and metaphorical affinity of resemblance.
No doubt.
Another brother, kindred, like other. Compare also the proper name being Aki.
No doubt. Ak. You know what I'm saying? What up, Ak? You ain't talking to no he. Ak. It's a brother.
It's a straight kinsman.
So that show you right there. Israelite can be considered a stranger.
So
yep. Get it. Gaza City. Get it. Who was Yahweh talking to? And he said, "Those who do the will of my Father in heaven is your brother." Was he talking to the Jackie Chan?
Oh, he's talking to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Who was he talking to, man? Like,
you see how they go? That's a good point. You hear what he said, Bruce? That's a good question, though.
No, he just quote. He ain't had no question.
Oh, my bad.
Scripture.
Yeah, he said, "Those who do the will of my father is my brother, sister, and mother." Who was he talking to? He was sitting there doing what? Waking up Jacob.
Exactly.
Talking to the lost tribes of Israel, which he put us on missions on. Go to into a city. Go wake up those children. Don't go into the way of who? Them Gentiles. Don't give that to them.
All right, come on, let's get it.
36. Take thou no usury of him, or increase but fear. That I got. Let me read that again.
I said, do you brothers read the YouTube question? I'm trying to believe, but when I read the Bible, I see many stupid things that destroy my faith. Well, brother, just sit back, listen, and take notes, and then email us your questions.
And then
you feel we still trying to stick on topic. If you understand why the Most High is about to smoke Israel for their wickedness, reread the scripture. Paul himself also was like, I wish I was cut off just so the rest of my brothers could get it. Moses put himself on the line the same way. But there was only one that came that could offer himself for all of Israel. That's the Messiah. You dig? But we got to go to the description box, hit the email us. We'll help you out, brother. It ain't no thing. Call you right from the headquarters, get you together real quick.
All praise.
So you can understand. But
for you, brother.
No, you ain't no sorry, bro. You good. You good, man. You dig? The whole thing is this, just to take notes and listen. You feel me? So we can get through this. There's no problem. There's no problem answering no questions. We actually do that. You feel me? But let us stay on topic so we can get this done. All right, come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
Verse 36.
Yeah.
Take thou no usury of him or increase, but fear thy God, that thy brother may live with thee.
So you, this stranger, which is your brother, right? You can't even loan him no money on interest. Like I gave you 2,000, you owe me 3,000, or your food. If your man gave you 8 bushels of corn, now you owe me 16. You can do that with a heathen though, but not your brethren. You see, so it's rules to you strengthening your brother. It's rule, even though he's a stranger amongst you, because he ain't got his own. He's a stranger. All right. Right. And this stranger don't mean heathen. When you look it up, it's the same stranger Moses called himself.
H16:16.
Same exact stranger. It's not even a different word. All right, go ahead, Ak, let's get it.
Verse 38. I am Yahweh, your power, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, to give you the land of Canaan and be your Elohim. And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxing poor and be sold unto thee.
Meaning he hired himself out. You feel me? Not sold like you bought him off the auction block. He hired himself out like, bro, let me work for you. I'm poor, I'm jacked up right now. You know what I'm saying? You need some services done. Let me do that.
Yeah, I need a couple of grand. I work for you.
Yeah, go ahead, Ak.
And be sold unto thee. Thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bond servant.
So there's a difference between this stranger and a straight slave. Like we were bond servants.
You know, it was cash exchange.
We was bond servants, auction blocks. See, so you see in the difference between this stranger that's your brethren and a bond servant, which is a man servant as well when you get into the 10 Commandments. Total difference. All right, go ahead.
But as an hired servant and as a sojourner, he shall be with thee and shall serve thee unto the year of Jubilee.
Until the year of Jubilee or the year of release. He get to go. All right, go ahead.
And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family and unto the possessions of his father.
So he and his children get to go. Don't sound like a slave that you bought with money. He and his children get to go because he's your brother. He's your brother. All right, go ahead.
Unto his own family, unto the possession of his father shall he return. For they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen.
These my people. These my servants. I brought them forth out of Egypt. That's another bomb to show you that this brother that's considered a stranger is a who? It's the Israelite. He came out of Egypt. You can't sell. You can't treat him like you would do with your slaves.
He didn't say mixed multitude because there would have been a difference in that understanding. But still us, just mixed with Egyptian blood from that much time in there.
Makes sense.
Like you got mixed, if you want to use that word here.
Come on, let's get it.
Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor.
So you can't treat him like a slave. All right, go ahead.
But shalt fear thy God or thy power.
Shall fear the Most High your God. Give me Exodus 2:21-22. We hit two. No, hold on. You didn't finish 40. Go on 44. Yeah, go to 44. My bad.
Important point. Both thy bondmen,
come on,
and thy bondmaid, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen.
Do you hear that? Of the heathen. You want slaves? Yeah, they got to be of the heathen.
That are around about you.
So there's a difference between your men servant, your maid servants, and the stranger that sojourns among you. That should be clear. That should be beyond clear. Should be of the heathen. Yeah.
That are around about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids.
Wow.
You can never buy your brother for that because the Most High redeemed him. and we are his servants.
Yeah.
And you can't buy his service.
So if that's clear, give us a 7 up in the chat.
Oh, I need 2 7.
Yeah. Yeah. Give us.
Department store and buy heat.
Boy, you. The apartment store. I'm here for 2 shekels of heathens.
Yeah, right. That Chinaman over there.
Yeah. All right, do Exodus 2, 21, 22. Then we need Exodus 12. We got to go show about the feast. What strangers are these that can keep the feast and which ones can't?
Good. I like that. Hit the new points. Go back and read.
the old
Assert the old
yeah,
points.
Yeah, you got to.
And you know what I'm saying? That way, just to keep it refreshed.
The whole comment board is lit up with 7s.
Oh, praise boy.
So we can work them with rigor. Yeah, you heathens, you can.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Be nice to him.
But not your brother.
Yeah, not your brother. Yeah.
Ain't that what we served in Egypt when that next came
Yeah,
over?
rigor.
Boy, ooh, said let's say join along with our enemies.
Hard bondage.
Hard bondage.
Nice to the
This dude here, man.
It said love them Gentiles. There's no difference between Jew or Greek.
Yeah, now you know what he's
now
saying.
you know what's really being said.
Yeah, no difference between you Judeans that are born in the land and these Greek Jews that still involved in Greek madness but still show up and keep the feast. Because they looked at like y'all some heathens. You know what I'm saying? Y'all speak the Greek tongue. Y'all in the Greek worship or low key. You dig? And what Paul say, you can't eat at the table of Yahweh on the table of devils.
Of your own
Gentiles
people,
sacrifice to the devil, not to the Most High. Everything's starting to unlock.
Now look, check that out real quick while we up here and do this. Turn to that Acts 6 and 1 and look up that word Grecians on your phone. Acts 6 and 1. Huh? Oh, we might hit it there. We hit it. Might. 2, 21 and 22.
Yep.
Then Exodus 12 after that.
So we see a brother can be a stranger if he falls in the hard times, and him and his family got to live with a brethren, right? He's considered a stranger, right? You can't work him with rigor, you can't sell him, and you can't loan him no money or food on interest.
Unusual, yeah.
And when it come down to the year of Jubilee, he get to leave.
Him and his
right.
children.
If you want bondmen, you got to buy them from heat. You got to buy them of the heathen that are round about you.
In my Bible, you 25 started hired servant, not bond servant.
Yeah.
See, it's the difference.
Israelite servant redemption. Even a bond servant.
It say it right there in your Bible.
Maybe bond servant.
It say it in the subtitle in his book, in his Bible. Heathens may be
so
bond
clear that a
servants.
little. Y'all keep want to see that, dude.
Yeah, show that in the camera. Wow. Yeah. Heathens may be bonds.
Hey, boy, it's clear as day, huh?
Point to that. Get it on the camera right. Israelite servants, redemption.
Redemption.
There
There it is.
Wow.
See, so you can't say we make this up. So from the definitions, all the way down to the context, all the way down to the study Bible. Ain't making this up.
Houston, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. We got a problem.
Everyday study.
The everyday study.
Every day you should be studying. Every day I'm studying.
I should do. All right, Exodus 2. They like, who writing the subtitles on these? Brother scholars. It's called the Everyday Study Bible. That deal finna, they need to cut you a check for that one, boy. Boy, the sales about to go up with 200%. All right, bro. Say the heathen ship sinking. Yeah. All right, so let's do Exodus 2.
Boy, I like how he said that.
All right, so we got one example. Brother then wax poor, him and his family. Your job is to build him up. He lived with you. He's considered a stranger, right? Now, Exodus 2:21, real quick.
And Moses, that's right there off the top, was content to dwell with the man. And he gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter. And she bare him a son and called his name Gershom. For he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land.
Moses is considered a stranger because he's dwelling in a strange land. Moses was a who? What was Moses' nationality? Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Levi. But right here in the Torah, he's considered a stranger.
In a what?
Because he lives in a strange land.
And you can't say he was nowhere near Jerusalem because they ain't even got to that point yet.
Moses never stepped foot in Israel.
Never made it.
He saw it from a distance, but he never stepped foot there.
So we can't say he was in Israel. Can't get this confused. He was a stranger in a strange land. The land of Canaan would have been strange to Israel.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. All right, so we see that right there, right? All right, give me real quick Leviticus 16 and 29.
You know what the Exodus 12?
Oh, yeah. I'm tripping. I didn't get to that. Let me get to that. Exodus 12, read 43 through 45 and jump down to 48 through 49. We looking up all them definitions right there. Man. Real talk.
Boy, I love that one, boy. The heathen ship is sinking.
Yep. Now this is about the Passover.
Hey,
this is about the Pesach or the Passover. This is our highest holy day, right? Now
somebody just put a video.
We about to read some things that's going to offend. It's going to offend. You dig? Because it's been taught that these heathens can be at your high holy days. It's been taught that. Will we all agree? Has that been taught?
Talk yesterday. Doctrines.
So it's the word stranger and sojourner is in here several times. That's why it's important to look the words up. If you want you to look the word up, the Hebrew word it come from, everything gonna be clear to you. Like, whoa, what's really going on? All right, let's get it. Exodus 12, start at 43.
12, start at 43.
Mm-hmm.
How did I get? Oh, Exodus 12, 21.
Exodus 12, start at verse 43. Yeah, I highlight that. Yeah, but Moses.
I mean, all praise those, but you caught it. Did you hear what that brother just said?
Yeah.
Said I've been bamboozled.
Yeah.
And all praises that you see it.
That's all it is, bro. You did.
And listen, you should get something good and strive to always do what? Make it better, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Halisi Muhammad, yep, we were. But at that time, Moses was in Midian. He was in Midian. He had fled Egypt. He was in Midian, right? And he was outside of everything he knew, and he called himself a stranger.
In the Torah.
Yeah. And we ain't going to get up out of here without hitting. We got to hit some of that New Testament. But we're gonna walk through this. Feel me? It's gonna be another part 3 and a part 4. I'm pretty sure. There's so many scriptures we got to get into. The wild olive tree with the grafted in branches and the branches that was cut off, and
this is your first Hebrew series.
You would be like, man, that's crazy.
Because you gotta unteach everybody, man. We all been taught.
Yeah,
we all been taught in error.
You feel me?
And let the script be true.
And and a lot of tap dancing, like a lot of stuff been going by so quick to where you slow down, go back over there. Let's see that, pull that out, and then you start seeing the whole
picture unfold.
The whole, not just the picture unfold, but you start seeing the whole agenda behind learning Hebrew. You feel me? Learning Greek, learning certain things. Aren't you niggas trying to learn the language for? And
for this reason, for this cause.
Hey, to level up your understanding, and you'll see like certain things and went by us that we should have been caught. Should have caught that. You know what I'm saying? We allowed a joke. Feel me? So when they say something, you know, man, look, you've been left out there like, I ain't getting my question answered. Then a joke get told, and you, yeah, boy, oh boy,
go ahead, finish reading.
Boy, deep brother, boy, I love that brother, yeah, you know. They get answered.
Shift.
They get answered.
This is bait and switch.
Let's read it. Exodus 12.
Exodus 12. We have 43. And Yahweh said unto Moses and Aaron, this is ordinance of Passover.
This is the ordinance, the law of Passover. Right? Go ahead.
There is no stranger.
No.
There shall.
Yeah.
no stranger
Uh-huh.
eat thereof.
All right. So right out the gate, we got a
We
problem,
need to look up something.
right? No stranger can eat thereof, right? Now, is this an Israelite stranger? It's Exodus 12:43. Is this an Israelite stranger? If we look, the Israelite stranger is 18:16, right? All right, so look,
44 makes sense now, don't it?
here, no,
I'm saying.
we in 43. We gonna get down there.
No, I'm just saying he know.
Yeah, he said from 44.
We in 43, right?
Yeah, we in verse 43. Look that stranger up right there. He got it. He got it up here.
All right.
It's not that. That's the word for son. Look up the one next to it.
Oh, I'll keep hitting that one down.
Yep.
All right. So check this out. It says H5236. Nakar. Foreign, alien, foreigners. That which is foreign. Foreigners, foreign gods. Alien, foreigner, foreign vanities. Strong's definition. Foreign, concretely. A foreigner or abstractly, heathendom. Heathendom.
Which means a heathen. And that is not the same definition when Moses called himself a stranger.
H1616. Totally different stranger. In English, same word. Just like in English, multiple definitions. This is a totally different word.
That is so if we take the wisdom we just got off the definition, right, and apply it to Exodus 12:43, and we say no stranger shall eat thereof. What is it? What is that verse saying? No what shall eat thereof?
No heathendom.
Yeah. No heathen shall eat thereof.
So it's not talking about the one that's of thy brother.
Yeah. Yes. There you go. That ain't hard to see. Ain't hard to see. Two totally different strangers. And you got the same word in English. This ain't stranger. Right? But see, if you didn't get into that definition, you get down to verse 48, it say a stranger can eat. Strangers you talking about?
See, the Bible is a contradiction.
Put it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Brother from Naptown hit me today. I'll let you hear the message before y'all leave. Right? Brother from Naptown hit me up. I got the voicemail on my phone. I need to play it for the worldwide family so they can hear it. You did. We know Bulletproof Lens from Naptown. You did, and came down here and chopped it up with us a few times. Ooh-wee. He like, man, powerful. You dig? And then he admitted, like, I ain't gonna lie, it kind of made me like fall back off the scripture. Cause I ain't even know how to break that down. Like, dang, like what is we saying? Were they equal or not? Like, is there's no Jew or no Greek, or they slave? Like, I don't get it. You dig? So the class we did a couple nights ago helped the brother tremendously. You dig? He said right on the voicemail, I'm happy I got your voicemail. You know what I'm saying? I need to rap real quick. Yeah. All right, so no heathen shall eat thereof, right? It's the law so far. All right. 44 is where we going next. Come on.
But every man's servant that is brought for money.
That is bought for money. Huh? What is a servant or a slave that's bought with money?
Bondman.
That's a bond man.
And what's the requirement? Hold on. You heard what he just asked? What is the requirement? It has to be a heathen around about you. A bondman and bondwoman, according to Torah that we just read, cannot be of their own people.
Right.
Cannot.
Bought with money.
So you cannot get this misconstrued with an Israelite. Because this person here that was brought with money, and guess what? When thou had circumcised him, now if that was an Israelite, he would have already been circumcised.
He's an Israelite up under the customs. You feel
now,
me?
mind you, this is written pre-Israel.
Man, this is written before we even left.
We hadn't even left.
This Exodus 12.
It's pre-Israel.
This Passover about to hit and the death angel about to come through. So the law of the Passover.
Now,
we want to talk about some heathens came out of Egypt
All right.
with us. They wasn't eating with us.
Come on now. Let's get it. Look up that definition. Finish the verse and then look up that definition for servant. Let's show
but
it.
every man's servant
Uh-huh.
that is brought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof.
Now look up the word servant. Ebed or Obed. That's where you get Obadiah. That's where you get Obed, the father of Jesse, who was the father of David. Right? But look at the definition for it.
Basically, a servant of Israel, bondage, bondman, bond servant.
How you skip that?
Slave. That was. I'm going back. I already started back. That's what I said right there.
Right there. What'd that say right there, bro?
Slave.
Slave.
How did you miss that?
You
He was the first word.
You missed the first definition, brother.
I went straight to the Strongs because the Strongs to me was a banger.
Yeah, slave.
And then I went back up.
You dig? So every man's slave that is bought for money. And true about this, more prophecy.
And it says man
because we were still slaves in Egypt at this point. You see? And what slaves did you buy with money? You were still a slave. About to exit captivity. So more prophecy.
Every man's slave that was bought for money is talking about us.
Yeah.
Especially if you keep up the cups. Once we get circumcised, they ain't shit.
Yeah, I'm talking about. He's talking about.
But he said this prophetic.
Yeah, this prophetic because eventually Israel would get into the land and we would have slaves, right? That we purchased.
Not here yet.
You know what I'm saying? All right. So guess what? Your slaves ain't gonna be worshiping their gods or whatever. They're gonna have to be worshiping our gods, right? And they're gonna have to be circumcised. Now realize this: Passover was kept in everybody's individual houses. And we get together today as a whole, a whole bunch of people get together, whatever. This was
still in one place.
This is we and everybody keeping Passover in their own house. You see what I'm saying? So again, you really ain't even bringing your slaves amongst the amongst everybody. Nigga, this your slave in your quarters. You understand? Yeah, prophecy of the law. When we finally get into Israel and would have slaves to buy. Okay, but they got to be circumcised. And you had to buy them. And you got men out here got heathens at the pad. You ain't bought none of these heathens, man. They ain't been purchased.
And a bill of sale.
No, stop it. Right? So we got 43 saying no heathen can eat thereof. But you got a slave that you bought with money, circumcised, he can eat thereof. But this is when Passover was kept how it's really supposed to. In everybody's own little private houses, man. That's where you keep the Passover at. Right? We get together and rent out halls and do all type of stuff. But it's in the crib. All right, let's keep reading. Jump down to verse 45.
Verse 45. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof.
Yeah, so somebody that's just a foreigner, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody that you just hired to do a certain task.
Or contract.
Right? That you hired out, say you hired out Philistine to do something for you. You feel me? Yeah, I want to eat the Passover. You can't eat the Passover because this is about the deliverance of the children of Israel. You understand? Out of our captivity, it's a national holy day for us. No, they can't even eat of it. Right? The only one so far we find out can even possibly eat at the crib would be your slave that you purchased, and they had to be circumcised.
He's your possession.
And he's your possession.
That's why. You his possession.
You got heathens at Passovers. Ain't none of them been bought, purchased.
Name one heathen they've been purchased at Passover.
Jump down to 48. Let me finish my thought. Jump down to 48.
48.
I'm coming to you, bro. Let me do 48, 49. We're gonna look up the stranger right here. And we're gonna see if it's the same stranger in verse 43.
And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee and will keep the Passover to the Most High, let all his males be circumcised, and let them come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
More prophecy. More prophecy. Which you wasn't no strangers to even sojourn. We were still in slavery.
Nobody came to visit you in slavery.
You see, so shall, it's all future tense. When you get in your land, and this is what, and these are the conditions, this is how the Passover is supposed to be set up and kept. Look up stranger right there. Is this the same stranger in verse 43? Because in verse 43, we looked up stranger and it said heathen.
H16:16.
Oh, that's the same stranger that Moses called himself out in
Ah.
Exodus 2:21 and 22. That's the same stranger in Leviticus 25. Your brother waxed poor. You dig? Even though he's a stranger with you. This is the same stranger. You feel me? It's not a heathen. Wow.
And listen,
Wow.
you just saw this in Acts chapter 2. Peep this. When those men came over, they were devout men, right? So these probably had men that was high regard, you know, had probably some wealth because they could afford that journey. You come back for Passover, you leave, you come back what? 50 days later to keep Pentecost. And those that were Greek was attending the games for a couple of days. So these men had paper, right? So pretty much would probably make sense of a man of wealth. He usually goes to and fro in the land with his slaves with him, don't he? So if he came to visit you and he was an Israelite, and we know now, according to all that we read tonight, that they can stay with you or lodge with you, then if Passover was upon you, he would have to do what you were told to do just a few verses up. Circumcise the males. Because he's your possession, and he's a heathen that was brought, right? Then your possession can eat with you. But if you're just a regular foreigner who just say, hey man, I need you to change my towel, I got a couple of shekels for you. And, no, you can't eat.
You can't eat.
You can't partake because the law says it's strange. You can't do that.
Yeah, or you just a heathen, like, hey, I like what y'all talking about. Can I want to eat the Passover? No, you can't.
I believe you the people. Can I eat with you?
No, you can't. All right, so look, that stranger is the same stranger that Moses called himself in Exodus 2:21 through 22, the same stranger in Leviticus 25 and 35 that was called your brother. That shouldn't be hard to understand. All right?
And 49. One law. And we thought this wrong at one time. We sure did.
Come on.
One law shall be to him that is homeborn.
Hold on. Nobody at this point was born in Israel. All of them was born in Egypt. That's more prophecy, y'all. You dig? One law shall, the word is shall is there. Shall be to him that is homeborn. Go ahead.
And unto the stranger that sojourn among you.
Straight up. That's it.
Thus did all the children of Israel.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
In your precept.
Shall be saved.
We know that's future.
Yeah. We read right past it. Thinking that the stranger that dwelleth among you, you feel me, or just these heathens. It's not. It's your brethren.
Just to go about what you said too about prophecy or homeborn, Leviticus 18 and 9.
Go ahead.
Leviticus 18.
All right, I got you. We're going there right now. All right. The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. There go another difference. Whether you was born here at home or you was born abroad.
Flat out. It should be starting to unfold by now. You dig?
All right.
And we're gonna get into some New Testament right after that. I need some New Testament after that, so we can close on out. I got more about marrying outside your tribe in Israel and how that's a stranger.
Oh yeah, boom.
Yeah, maybe that'll be for part 3. Yeah, we working all the way up to this Romans 11. I just, we gonna show, thoroughly what this thing is gonna be about. Nah, you good. You know what I'm saying? You good. Hold you to the fire. Let's do it.
I got you. Where you want me to go, 1 and 10. All right. Brother,
Lamentations 1 and 10. Let's get it.
The adversary has spread out his hand upon all her pleasant things, and she has seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary, whom thou didst command that they should not enter
Oof.
into the
Oh.
congregation.
Wow.
And that heathen is that one from back then, which is H1471. I've been writing them down. I done got these numbers by heart almost.
Lamentations 1 and 10.
Boy, let me get that pen again.
Wow. No way. Houston, we have a major league problem. We got a major league problem. All right, so we done with that. I want to get in some New Testament, man. That was Lamentation 1 and 10, Mama Deborah Lee. All right, so look, let's get into some New Testament real quick, just so people don't think we playing games. Y'all over there in that old order, that order of Aaron. We wanted to show you according to the law. We claim we Israelites, and we about the laws, statutes, and commandments.
And
The laws, the statutes, and the commandments.
And
The judgments are.
And listen, the order of Melchizedek first appears in the Old Testament.
That's right. Come
So
on, let's get
don't
it.
knock
Let's get it. I just, it'd be funny how certain things get said.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
First scripture of New Testament choice.
Yeah, First Corinthians 10. Start at verse 1. We'll read 1 through 12 on that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Just me, your brother love you. That's all.
All praise and glory and honor, man. You dig? New Testament. So now that we know Israelites can be strangers, right?
We figured out the mixed multitude.
And we figured out the mixed multitude.
Figured that
And we
out.
know that these laws about being homeborn in the land or a stranger dwelling among you that wasn't born in the land, we all know it's prophetic.
And it could be aliens, sojourners.
I'm just saying the laws that we reading about are prophecies
laws
that had
that
not happened with them. That wasn't happening with them in the wilderness.
This is going.
You feel me? Your brother ain't waxed poor next to you in Egypt and slavery. All y'all was poor.
Right.
So this is all about conditions that would happen after Moses in the future, right? The scattering of Israel, brothers coming back into Israel outside the land to keep feast days and all that, speaking different tongues and languages. That's Acts chapter 2, right? The feast of what they call Pentecost, and the fiery tongues came down, and they were like, "We hear the wonderful works of God spoken in our own language in the lands in which we were born," and they name all the lands, but all these men were Jews. That was always broken down like those that there was Jews, and then
regular
and then
Gentile
these just was mysterious heathens that popped up out of nowhere.
But then that Pontius Pilate cleared that right up.
Pontius Pilate did the foreign Jews show up for the Passover,
And
then they go home. These are your strangers that dwell among you. You understand? They show up for the feast. You got to lodge them.
Makes sense.
Now you know that.
Especially my
understand.
brother who have that spirit of Abraham, who definitely ain't got no problem. He always, lodge brothers in. Makes sense, don't you? Spirit of your ancestors in. But you wouldn't let no stranger that talking about they kept Eastern pagan and a heathen nation or Arab nation come there. I'm keep Ramadan in your house.
Yep. You got to get into the history. Starting the book of Joshua.
Catch what I'm talking about?
Halisi Muhammad. Starting the book of Joshua. You'll see. Start reading on in. Book of Joshua, Judges, get into the monarchy with Saul, David, and Solomon, and the split kingdom. You feel me? We got a history. Our whole history has been in and out of slavery. Our whole history has been in and out of slavery, man.
You might as well hold on out, bro.
Now, come on, let's rock.
You might as well hold on out.
All right, start right there. First Corinthians 10, start at verse 1.
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1. Moreover, brethren.
All right, y'all be safe, brother.
So
watch them centurions, the captains of the guard. All right, 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, start at verse 1. 1 Corinthians 10 and 1. Now, trip off this. Corinth is not in Jerusalem. It's not in Israel. It's not even in Egypt. Corinth is in Greece. All right? Keep that in mind. All right? 1 Corinthians 10, start at verse 1.
This would make sense for it to come after that Acts too, right? Because everybody back home now. Just to give people the timeline. Everybody back in their respective places. These Israelites.
Yeah, you see what Nehemiah saying after Acts the 2nd chapter, brothers come up for the feast days, not just Passover, but Pentecost, which is the Feast of Weeks, tabernacles and all that, even if you born outside the land, for him that is homeborn and him that's born outside the land, right? All right, so but even according to Pontius Pilate, once the feast is over, these men go back home, right? All right, to all these different spots where they was hearing the gospel, right? When Peter and them got them fiery tongues and they was speaking in them different languages, they was like, dang, we understand the gospel. They already was Jews coming to keep the feast according to the law, right? But now they're hearing about Messiah who was crucified 50 days earlier. Like, oh, okay, that's what it is. So now they back in Rome, Corinth,
I just had
Galatia,
one of those. I just
Asia.
had one of those.
They in every spot. Now Paul got to write to them, you dig, to get them straight on the doctrine.
Yeah.
You feel me? I mean, look, y'all still involved in this worship. Y'all still involved in this. This is how this thing is supposed to go.
Hey, the reason right to the meeting, they heard the fiery tongues, got back home. Don't set up there. That's so he went going to every different place, even setting up churches. They was hearing the word coming up, going back, setting up their own. Like, look, did y'all hear that, brother?
Yeah.
So now they got an establishment. Now we can even send them.
Yeah. Where is he sending them to?
We got addresses now.
Got to send them to the synagogues and the spots where they already going. Feel me? And that's why in Acts 17, Paul was going through and he said he's going right into the synagogues. Why are there synagogues in spots outside of Israel? Because that's where the Jews will reside, is where we come and learn the law. You know what I'm saying? Even though these brothers still was involved in all these different customs as well, they would still show up because they knew who they were. You dig? They come for the feast, but this one feast they come to for the Feast of Weeks. Those that followed the Messiah, Peter and all them, maybe tell them, don't leave Jerusalem until you get hit on high with that power. Right? Bang! They get hit with the fiery tongues. All these Jews, you understand, from every nation under heaven, they hear the wonderful works of God or the gospel of Mashiach spoken in their language. It was going so crazy, and they say, man, these brothers must be drunk. They're like, we ain't drunk. It's the third hour of the day. That's why we adjusted our prayer times according to Jerusalem. The heavens was open, right? But they hearing the wonderful works of the Most High. What wonderful works? The gospel, the good news. And you don't forget an experience like that. These men are Galileans speaking to us in Arabic, speaking to us in Greek, speaking to us in North African tongues and all that, Asian tongues. And guess what? They take that message back to their respective areas. Like, dang, that was powerful. You know what I'm saying? Dang, I heard that, man. That was a miracle that happened to me. Yeah. All right, can we get this? You got something to say?
Yeah, and that's why you see, I talked about this earlier. I don't know if you was here yet, Uriel. That's why Paul, it made sense for him to be a teacher of the Gentiles, because he was Torah, fully not Pharisee of Pharisees, but had that full faith and understanding of Messiah too. So when he went to those Israelites that had those foreign customs, he could break them off. Okay, this is the law we supposed to be on, and he'll go to faith of Messiah to go with it. And that's another reason why he had to speak all the different languages, all these different places, right? But then trip off, whenever we look in your Bible, you ever trip off on the maps that tell you like the journey that Christ had took and to show you how he traveled? You ever tripped out how the Bible set up? Same type of journey. From the book of Acts, when all this broke down, the first place he went was Rome.
Come on, Paul.
Yeah, Paul. Then it makes sense for him to go to Corinth. All in the same plot. And he traveled in the same way, the way kind of the books fall. He traveled there. I got to check that out, but I had that little pivot that, man, he went to Rome. That makes sense. He's from Tarsus. And he kept on living bread there.
You don't have to go and establish. The word gonna be established, and they start setting up themselves. Now I got somebody I can write to. They heard my truth. They heard me speak the truth. They heard us speak the tongues. They going back home. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they had.
I done witnessed power.
And they had to keep their ears to start attending and changing up their faith a little bit, because now he's writing like, look, I got y'all in the fold. This is what y'all need to touch on.
Bingo. Bingo. Fine tuning.
Yeah, Halisi Muhammad Paul was a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. That's Romans the 9th chapter 1-4. That's Romans 11 1-2. That's also 2 Corinthians 11 22. 21-22. All right, so let's get her done. By blood, you talking about Apollos? By blood, he was a Jew. You know what I'm saying? From Rome. Aquila and Priscilla was too. You see, you start seeing all this stuff, you start connecting it. Like, oh, okay, that's weird. But let's get this 1 Corinthians 10.
1 Corinthians 10:1.
Yeah.
Moreover, brethren.
Who?
brethren.
The word brethren is there. You feel me? Just like in Romans 9, my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. All right, give me Romans 9 just real quick. Romans 9 and 4, I believe it is. Just real quick.
Who are Israelites?
Go up verse up. Go verse above. My brethren. My brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
Oh, gotcha. Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen,
come on,
according to the flesh.
According to the flesh, who are what?
Who are Israelites.
So his brethren. So Paul wrote the letter to the Roman Israelites, and he wrote it to those Israelites in Corinth that believe. Right? So brethren, according to the flesh, who are Israelites. Go ahead.
To whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenant, and the giving of the law.
Come on.
And the service of God.
Come on.
And the promises.
Come on.
Who are the fathers.
Come on.
And of whom are concerning, as concerning the flesh, Christ came.
Why is he writing this to some Roman centurion? Why is he writing this to the Romans? If he's talking about this regular white Romans, Caligula and them. He's not. He's writing into the Israelite believers that are in Rome, man.
That are Israelites according
brethren, who are Israelites according to the flesh. Why is the book named Romans or the letter named Romans, but he's talking about Israelites according to the flesh?
Because they in Rome.
That's right, because they're in Rome, right? It'd have been the letter to the St. Louisans. You know what I'm saying?
Just like the book of Hebrews, he's talking to Hebrews and bringing them to the better understanding of what those bullets couldn't do.
We are the adopted. I read Romans the 8th chapter. To who pertaineth the adoption, meaning we the ones that get grafted back in after we lost everything. Which also means the redemption of our body, our spiritual bodies, you know what I'm saying, glorified bodies and all that. That's Romans the 8th chapter. But we got whole lessons on that, man. Let's stick to the topic. Go back to 1 Corinthians 10. So Paul wrote Romans and Corinthians. So the word right out the gate is brethren. All right. His brethren or Israelites. That's the precept according to the Bible. We're not making it up. All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud.
Why is he using words like all and our? We just read his brethren according to the flesh or Israelites, right? So were there? So Corinthians exited Egypt. There were Greeks leaving Egypt with us. Is that what you're saying? You see? So you start seeing who these strangers are, or these Gentiles are that he's writing to concerning Messiah. You see what I'm saying? Even according to the law, that's why we went to the law first, to show Israelites are considered strangers.
He did events to point right back to prove it.
Yeah.
He talking about events.
Yeah, so right here. So not exactly to prove it. He's talking about the exodus out of Egypt. Our fathers. And verse me with some Greeks there. And if it wasn't no Greeks there, then it's safe to say he's talking to who? Israelites, Israel. That's easy work, man. You feel me? You know how many times we done read past these scriptures? You dig? And ain't just the light bulb didn't turn on. Like, he talking to Israelites.
That's a different power source.
He talking to Israelites. You dig? I mean, a lot of us knew for a few years and was trying to rap behind off camera, but you know, sometimes you can't put. Instead of ever doing that again, I just got to stick to you can't put new wine in old bottles. Keep moving. You dig? I've been trying to rap off. Like, come on, I know you see that. You got to see it. You know what I'm saying? So come on, let's read it out.
Should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea.
What sea is he talking about? The Red Sea, right? See, it reads, right? Our. He's using words like our. Come on.
And were all baptized unto Moses.
Whoa, there it is. Come on.
In the cloud and in the sea.
Y'all see that? So we not making none of this up. He's talking about the Exodus, that the children of Israel and how they were brought up out of Egypt, and the sea being split and everything. How that fiery pillar followed us by night and that pillar of cloud by day. All our fathers were under the cloud. All our fathers passed through the sea, and all our fathers were baptized under Moses. Not water baptism; it was a spiritual baptism. You understand?
Because you went under the water.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, now.
And did all eat the same spiritual meat.
Right.
And did all drink the same spiritual drink.
Mm-hmm.
For they drank that spiritual rock that followed them,
Mm-hmm.
and that rock was Christ.
That rock was a Mashiach. So Paul just in the spirit letting it be known, even down to the splitting of the rock with the water coming on. He was murmuring, you know, he speak to the rock and he struck the rock, and you dig in spirit. He like, look, that was a Mashiach, man.
So he's talking about the manna and
You
the
know what
water.
I'm saying? So he talking about the cloud that was covering us, the splitting of the sea. You understand? Us uniting under Moses and the rock. You understand? That we would drink it from.
Quail. Oh.
Yeah.
I ain't trip off of that. It makes more sense.
Yeah, real talk. Now, if you just real quick, and we holding our spot there because we going on down, but jump over to 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. 1 Corinthians 12, 1 and 2. Just real quick. These strangers are brothers that were born, you know what I'm saying, Gentiles, scattered southern kingdom. Remnants of the northern kingdom too.
What was that other one?
Broken off branches. We're going right back to 1 Corinthians 10.
No,
Romans 9. Romans 9, 3 and 4. Read this real quick. First Corinthians 12. Just read 1 and 2.
I'm already here.
And let's jump back to 1 Corinthians 10. To show you. You understand?
1 Corinthians 12, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want 1 and 2?
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now concerning spiritual gifts,
Mm-hmm.
brethren.
There go that word brethren again. He just said his brethren were the Israelites. So we know who he's talking to, right? Go ahead.
I will not have you ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
Ye know
Mm-hmm.
that ye were Gentiles.
Hold on. Ye were who?
Gentiles.
Ye were Gentiles. Ye were Gentiles. Brethren, ye were. Come on.
Carried away
Mm-hmm.
unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led.
Now you see what it is?
Ye were led.
You dig? Because when we forsake the Most High and make covenant with heathens, start serving their gods, we become uncircumcised.
See, that's number
Right?
25.
Ye were Gentiles, brethren, carried about with these dumb idols. Go back to 1 Corinthians 10. Ye were. Because when you acting like a heathen and worshiping like a heathen and talking like a heathen, that's what you are, man. Right? But these are Israelites. Wow. Come on, Ak, let's get it.
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
But with many of them,
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh was not well pleased,
Mm-hmm.
for they were overthrown in the wilderness.
Easy work. We know who that is. We know who was overthrown in the
Wasn't no
wilderness.
heathens
That whole
in the
generation of Moses and Aaron, now they was overthrown in the wilderness. Overthrown. Right? Go ahead, Ak.
Now these things were our examples, to the intent we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted,
Mm-hmm.
like the golden calf, all that.
Yeah, it's the next one. Come on, verse 7.
Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them, as it was written.
Mm-hmm.
The people sat down to eat and drink
Mm.
and rose up to play.
Hold your spot. Exodus 32 and 6. Exodus 32 and 6. We can precept it out. It ain't hard at all. It ain't hard at all. It ain't hard at all, man. You just got to take yourself up out of it. All right? What
Exodus 32 and 6.
What do you say? Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them. Who was the them? Our forefathers in the wilderness.
And they rose up.
Right? As it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. What does it say?
Exodus 32 and 6. And they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play.
Let's go back to 1 Corinthians 10. Hey, bro, so he's talking to Israelites in Corinth.
Key word, it is written. That's how they always talk. As it is written, is it not written?
Yeah.
Because he connects them back to their people.
I see the wheels turning over.
Yeah, I keep unthinking and
Yeah, I
rethinking
over.
a whole lot
Hey,
over
he
there,
done
boy.
tied his hair
Look at
back.
the little fingers. Look at the fingers over there moving,
That boy
boy.
tied his hair back like, man, what is? Yeah,
Boy,
man.
you be thinking everything. That boy be back there flipping pages too.
Our Jamaican brethren said, pack him up. It's a wrap.
He said, pack him up. It's a
It's a
wrap.
wrap, Pop. Yeah. Yeah. Ye were Gentiles, man. You feel me? And we went to how the southern kingdom became uncircumcised and the northern kingdom. You feel me? And you got scattered Israelites, scattered northern and southern kingdom along all these spots. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is, all right? You dig? Then you got brothers that maintained and held what it was down in Judea. So now you see the envy. When you get into Romans 11, you're gonna see the envy between the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the branches that were broken off and they can be broken in again. Then Paul tipped his hand in verse 25, and all Israel shall be saved. All the tribes, as it is written. Dang, he talking about Israel the whole time in this.
Maybe we're gonna wipe the earth.
You
but
did.
not utterly destroy Jacob.
But it shouldn't be hard to understand because Romans 9 was he talking about the God of the Jew and the Gentiles, and he quote Hosea. I mean, the Gentiles in Romans 9 are Israelites too. So why wouldn't they be Israelites in Romans 11 and Romans 10?
Because he either walked by while he was writing.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah.
You can only be grafted back to your own self.
Yeah. Yeah. And then again, when we read this Gentile word, you never think about Jackie Chan. You never think about Asians or nothing. You think about the white man for a reason. For a reason.
Because you've been infiltrated.
Yeah.
Because like he said, if you ain't if when you say Gentiles, the only thing that pop in your head is the white man, which usually is the case.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be really honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
Then it's because you've been infiltrated.
You've been infiltrated. You still viewing this thing through a Christianity lens.
Because somewhere in your psyche,
yeah,
is Stockholm syndrome, and you are having empathy and sympathy for your captain. Right. To the fact where you even want to save him.
For the white man. It's real, man. I mean, it's what it is, bro.
So in your head, for real, Jesus ain't really, Jesus is the white man. How is it's not black to you then? You know what I'm saying? You can spit it all you want, but the doctrine and the position you're teaching it from, your savior is still a cracker.
Hey, bro, kissing heathens on the forehead. Kissing, moving the little herb back. Kissing heathens. I thought about that today. I thought about that today. I'm like, oh.
Shut up. Please excuse this commercial interruption. Please excuse this commercial interruption. We're about to get back to our regularly scheduled program.
Hey, man. But the crazy part about it, man, you dig? We got somebody on the live chat, Chantel. You dig? And she hearing all this and still posting script and all that. You feel me? You got to shoot straight with this truth. You dig? She understand the role she gonna have to play in the kingdom to come. That's what it is. You see? And if you shoot straight, you get more respect in the end instead of tap dancing, man. Yeah.
It's about the Most High.
No doubt. No doubt. You feel me? And that's just what it is. You feel me? And as long as she keep law, she ain't got, it's like, as long as we stay in line, what do we got to worry about the police for?
No, she stay in line. She worry about the
just stay in line. She understand what's coming. Yeah, what's coming. I'm gonna bless those that bless you and curse those that curse you. You dig? But again, you got to shoot straight and stop playing around with this thing. We all done seen the we all done seen the kiss on the forehead.
We're almost back to our regularly scheduled program. Hey, man, so be smiling faces on this dang old thing.
Hey, man, y'all crazy.
Lips on the red.
All right, come on, man. Let's get it. Come on, man.
Excuses thou.
Yeah, come on, man. Let's get it, man.
What verse am I at?
I don't even know, brother. I forgot. Verse.
Hey, bro, where we at, y'all?
You in verse 8.
All right, verse 8. All right.
We almost done, y'all. We gonna end with this 1 Corinthians. We still got 1 Peter to get through and all that, bro. It's beautiful.
1 Corinthians 10 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed, and fell in one day. 3 and 20,000.
Numbers 25 and 9. Grab it for me real quick. Numbers 25 and 9. Let's grab that. Precept it on out. I mean, by now, everybody understands what? That we are talking about Israel. The Israelites that are in Corinth. We are the strangers. We proved it with the law too. Yeah. Yeah. Israelites, man. It's like, look, man. Look, 25 and 9. Like, look, Yahweh died for y'all both. For all us. There's 12 tribes. He done broke down the middle wall of petition. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to be one stick in his hand again.
Yeah, he just died for Benjamin, Judah,
and
Levi.
Trip off that. That's a grafting in situation right there. Grafting in means the combining wood. If he taking two separate wooden sticks and combining them, okay, so he did that in Ezekiel 37, right? The whole concept of grafting in comes from the prophecy in Ezekiel 37. And that's about the northern and southern kingdom being grafted in.
And listen,
man, look,
that would make sense that he would have to graft that back. You know why? Because when the kingdom comes down, what names are on the gate?
Yeah, 12 tribes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, united. United.
There's no heathen gate.
Yeah. Come on,
well, there's an outer court at the foot.
Let's get it out.
Numbers 25 and 9.
Start at verse 5 for me.
Verse 5. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay every one of them, his men that were joined to Baal Peor. Did you jump down to 9?
No, keep reading.
Oh, I knew that. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman.
Wow.
In the sight of Moses.
No, so she done brought what? A Midianite woman, or what? A female descendant of Midian. Right? Which is wild because Jethro, the high priest, was Midian. You understand? But again, order is being established. Right? It's what it is, when order is being established and laws and rules are being set up. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You got to take your personal feelings about it. All right. And on top of that, they just finished sacrificing to these gods.
And this is another mixed multitude.
Yeah, they just finished sacrificing to these gods, man. Go ahead, Out.
In the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he rose up among the congregation and took the javelin in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrusted both of them through the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel.
Y'all see that the Most High was about to wipe us out because of this. You see? You got people today promoting mixed marriages. Nah, man, y'all get that gone, bro.
Boy, this is,
that's a plague about to break out, and Phinehas rose up and stopped the plague, right? And as you get, and if you keep reading, you're gonna see that the Most High honored what he did and gave him an everlasting priesthood behind it. Yeah. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like, who gonna stand up and shoot straight, right? That's who the Most High looking for. He ain't looking for them tap dancers, them Gregory Hines Negroes. Tap dancing all around subjects and topics. You ain't looking for that, man. He not looking for them tap dancers out. He looking for them straight shooters like this brother right here. Shoot straight out. You'll be respected more for it in the end. All right, go ahead.
And those that died in the plague were 24,000.
Dang. Going back to 1 Corinthians 10. 1 Corinthians 10. All right, let's read 9. You know what I'm saying? We reading 9 down to 12. We're gonna close out.
Neither let us tempt Christ,
Hamashiach, right?
as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents.
That's Numbers 21:6. We see who that is. Keep going.
Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of destroying.
Numbers 14:37. Come on. Let's finish reading.
Now, all these things happen unto them for ensamples.
And samples mean examples or types, right? This happened so we could learn not to do what? Make the same mistakes, man. The Bible ain't just, that's how you know the Bible real, because it don't only give you the smooth things, it give you that ugly stuff too. You got a stomach like, dang. Right? So that we, when we reading about this in future generations, would learn. Don't do that. You feel me? You got people today trying to say that really don't mean that. And they want to throw the order MELCHIZEDEK out there as if that's an excuse to violate. In which that's the highest order from the heavens. You're supposed to be even more disciplined than everybody else.
More in order.
More in order than everybody else. That's what you claiming. It says Messiah's judgment is, his punishment is sorer than Moses. Right? So that means we even supposed to be more, Messiah raised the bar on us, bro. We supposed to be even, I'm talking about so beyond the stratosphere without discipline and order. You know what I'm saying? And dedication. Because we know it's going to be a sore punishment coming if we play with this thing. The order MELCHIZEDEK does not give you an excuse to violate the law of the Most High. It don't. You understand? You just understand the higher spiritual understandings of certain things. Like don't muzzle the ox that treadeth the corn. All right? What Paul say. Most High ain't wrote that for no animal. He wrote it for us. That's what Paul said. Right? His servants that's out here laboring. Right? If they're sowing to you spiritual things, you got to sow to them corn. You got to feed them, man. You got to look out for them brothers, them teachers and prophets and priests that's out here putting their life on the line so you could be fed spiritually. You can't muzzle him. You can't muzzle him. You got to feed him. You got to take care of them. You know what I'm saying? That's what 1 Corinthians 9 and 2 Corinthians 9 is all about.
So he was
MELCHIZEDEK just mean we understand the higher spiritual implications of the law. Like not to eat the swine and don't touch it, because you actually become what you eat. You feel me? You don't trip about the spiritual nature of a pig. It has no discernment. You don't want to act like that and be like that and become that. No discernment. That's all MELCHIZEDEK. And then of course we ain't dealing with the sacrifices and none of that no more. It's spiritual. You the temple. Sacrifice Yahushua. The belief in the blood and remission of sins and all that. You understand? And you move under a higher spiritual vibration, like the brothers did before, Enoch and them. And, you know what I'm saying? Methuselah and them. And, so MELCHIZEDEK is not an excuse to violate what we're reading. You feel me? It's just a higher spiritual understanding on how you can view what's in the letter. Yeah. Yeah.
So you came from the order of MELCHIZEDEK. You got the urn, which is man, right? Which is, you know, full of folly and error, corrupt. That he had to refine the son of Levi to bring you right back spiritually to that level you should have had when you was with Adam. Remember, everything was back to Eden. Ain't that was the whole mission? Back to the kingdom.
Back to the kingdom. Then you graduate and elevate. All right, let's finish this off, man, so we can pray on out. Let's get it. Excellent, excellent. I pray y'all were edified today, and I pray the Most High get all the glory. You feel me? It ain't because we anything special. It's because we serve the true and living power and are not willing to compromise.
We study.
Yeah. My brother say we study. All right, come on, let's get it.
They are written for our abomination.
No, what? Come on,
abomination.
Man. No.
Admonition.
Man. Come on.
Admonition. My bad.
Sorry to read it over. Come on.
Now all these things happen unto them for ensamples, and they are written for our admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come.
Come on.
Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed, lest he fall.
Flat out. You said, if you think you're standing solid, take heed unless you fall off.
My bad, Israel, on my part.
You going off, you trying to finish.
No, listen to all the stuff that we was going off on. And I don't know. I didn't fully look at the words, man.
That's how I be.
Yeah,
when brothers be reading.
It's all good, man. The prayers that mess up. Hey, I can tell you I went off. I quickly apologize.
Hey, just do me one for the
No, I'm done.
let's do me one. 1 Peter 1. Let's do me one, and we gonna address this in the next episode of this.
1 Peter 1.
Yeah, 1 Peter 1 and 1.
Go.
See, here we go with these old words.
1 Peter 1, read 1 through 5 for me. We just close
Oh,
up.
do me one, and that's 1 through 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a teaser real quick, and then we gonna, you know what I'm saying, get on about it. So we see the Corinthians were Israelites. That should be easy work. You understand? They accepted the faith in Messiah. Their harsh Judean counterparts, you know what I'm saying, who didn't accept the faith in Messiah would have been looking at them like they heathens. Their faith is what circumcised them spiritually. They believed, right? Now we understand Timothy's father wasn't no heathen Greek. The Israelite Greek. Makes sense. Why you think Paul wasn't circumcised him? Hey man, all this stuff started unraveling. You be like, wow, man, this is serious. This is real deal. This is real deal. Just real quick, 1 Peter 1, read 1 through 5, and let's pray on out.
1 Peter 1.
Brothers say, Benaiah says, I understand clearly where you brothers are coming from. Praise Yah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
That's right, Doc. That's right. We just showing what it is, man. Mysteries have been hid for far too long. And a lot of it is because of winging. You understand? Slow down, man. You should always be willing to re-examine what it is being taught. You understand? Because the flock is on the line. It's not your flock, it's your house flock. You don't want to be branded a false teacher. You understand? Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Brothers got to stand up and state a plague on you, like Phineas did. You know what I'm saying? Phinehas, whatever his name is. You dig? We see even in Pontius Pilate there were Greek Jews. Right? It makes sense you be called a Greek. Like if you go to Jerusalem today, they're gonna call you Americans. Right? So Paul was considered a Roman even though he was a Hebrew.
That was Ethiopian too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. We got to stop playing around with this thing, man. Stop playing, right? And on the low promoting the whole interracial thing. Stick to your own. You dig? Now, I know if certain things that already happened, ain't nothing you really can do about that. But what do we teach our short leggers coming up? Get with heathens? No, man. No. You better not bring that to my house. It's not happening. Yeah. The forehead kiss. I know all y'all to see that, boy. Oh my God. I used to look at it like, no.
Yeah, you seen it coming.
No. Man, come on, man. Let's finish it, man. 1 Peter 1, just real quick.
Peter, an apostle of Yeshua HaMashiach.
Yeah.
To the strangers.
To who?
Strangers.
Uh-huh.
Scattered throughout Pontus.
Woof.
Galatia.
Come on.
Cappadocia.
Uh-huh.
Asia.
Uh-huh.
And Bithynia.
And Bithynia. You see you see that? Strangers. We already went and showed according to the law that Israelites are strangers when they dwell in strange lands, like Moses in Exodus 2:21 through 22. Right? Next verse. If that ain't enough, next verse. What it say?
Elect.
Who?
Elect.
Come on.
According to the foreknowledge of Yahweh, Father.
You read Isaiah 45, 44 through 5. The elect is Israel. Right? See it, foreknowledge. Foreknowledge. So the strangers scattered in these strange lands are actually Israelites, the elect of the Most High. Man, that should be clear as a whistle. Finish that verse off. We ain't even go down to verse 5. I'm gonna just give y'all something to look through.
Through sanctification of the spirit unto obedience.
Unto who?
Obedience. And sprinkling of the blood of Yeshua HaMashiach. Grace unto you and shalom be multiplied.
Hallelujah. So if y'all got some understanding today, you
got sprinkled with blood in the wilderness.
Yeah, that's all us. If you got some understanding today, throw a 7 up in the chat. May the Most High be glorified. May you all be edified. We see, according to the law, strangers or Israelites, you know what I'm saying? Slaves and bondmen and all that are heathens. Then we even went into the end game on heathens in the kingdom. We're gonna bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. We're gonna take them captives who captives we were. We're gonna rule over our oppressors. The day is coming when the plowman shall overtake the reaper. I mean, the slave gonna overtake the slave master. Right? We read Joel, the 3rd chapter, where it said that he gonna raise up the children of Judah out of their place, and he gonna sell your sons and your daughters into our hands. And then we gonna set them into a people called the Sabaeans, right? So you can't, so we can't read the New Testament thinking that all of a sudden the prophecies that he gave the prophets, the Most High, all of a sudden are null and void.
Switch to a different people.
Because you believe the Gentiles in the New Testament are actually the white man, brother. You never talk about Bruce Lee. You never talk about Australians. You never talk about those from the Congo. You never talk about the Philippians, the Filipinos, the Koreans, none of them. You only talk about this American white man. You feel me? No, man, these are Israelites dwelling in foreign lands, and the 12 tribes must be brought back. The tabernacle of David must be restored first. Then we possess the heathens. You see? And when you read and heard, that's the mission. Gather the 12 tribes. You dig?
Not divide them.
And then once the kingdom is set up, bang. You understand? The remnants of the heathens that are around that will be had in possession of us. Right? That's not the stranger that dwelleth among you. Right? That's actually your manservant and your maidservant, but not the stranger that dwelleth among you. When show that Israelites can be strangers, whether it's a brother that waxed poor, Leviticus 25 and 35, or there's a brother that's in a strange land like Moses, Exodus 2 and 21, you dig? Or Acts the 2nd chapter, when brothers as strangers came up from all these foreign places and kept the feast. Even Pontius Pilate about foreign Jews. Shouldn't that be that hard to understand, man? Look up the definitions. If anybody got a problem with what we talking about, bro, say kick rocks, but email. At least try to pick it apart. Go through the definitions and go through all the scriptures, and we ain't nowhere near done. We probably gonna be 10 parts of this.
The great part is we already did all that on the video. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem with this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we said, you got that stop pump.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Boy.
Yeah. The forehead kiss.
He kissed your penis.
No. All right, brothers. All praises, all glory, all honor to the Most High. Long live His anointed beloved Son. All right, let's get a prayer off real quick. You know what I'm saying? Look at you. That brother say he out the door, man. We're just gonna do it in the Hebrew, man, and then get on up out of here. It's all good. Coming some past his bedtime. Huh? Yeah, strange in a strange land, huh? All good, man. All right, bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. All right. How we looking? We all good? All right. Abinu. Shabbat Shemayim. Yikadesh. Shimka. Tabo. Malkuteka. Yease. Ratzonka. Kabashamayim. Cain. Baaretz. Etlakem. Kukenu. Tanglanu. Hayom. Uslaklanu. All. Kataenu. Kamo. Shel Shokim. Gam. Anaknu. Lakotin. Lanu. Wa'al. Tabienu. Lide. Nisayon. Ki. In. Kotsenu. Minhara. Ki Laka. Hamam Laka. Wahagbura. Wahati Varet. Laome. Olamin. Amen. Hallelujah. 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 Praise the mighty Yah. That's right. That's right. Let's get it done. Our praises, all glory, all honor to the Most High, owner, creator, and possessor of all things. Long live His anointed beloved Son in the hearts and minds of the faithful elect. Another chop session. History of Israelite strangers. and Heathens. Dig? Y'all willing, we back at y'all shortly. Going up. Matter of fact, then y'all keen, I'm going up tomorrow. Yeah, going up tomorrow around 8 o'clock. So let's get it done. Y'all.